Let's go.
What up, though? It's SD, Pasadena Sean, saw the sign. And you're tuned in to NuWave Shop Talk.
Man, what's good? What's good, man? It's NuWave Shop Talk, like my boy SD said. I am the host, Dina Boy Juice, and to my right we got
It's the FLAWC double E to the B, man.
Flossy B.
you know what I'm saying.
Yes,
To
sir.
his right we got
You know
Yo,
the
what's
deal.
up? Swaggy D here. How y'all doing?
to
Swaggy
his
D.
right we got
we got Donovan, man. Donovan.
that's
up,
knowledge.
Knowledge is power.
You
You
know
know
what
the
I'm
deal.
saying?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm
Yes, sir.
saying? Riding up the rear in the Altadena, Pasadena shirt.
We got Tony Touch in the building.
Thank you.
GQ Tony on Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
Look at my fingers when I do it.
Underscore GQ.
Tony Touch.
Tony touching
Underscore.
the motherfucking building.
He said underscore.
Don't be stupid.
Hey, this shit is brought to you by Famously Broke, man. Ingrained. You know what I'm saying? It's in you, not on you. No Diddy. Yeah, we're going to start like that. So, man, first of all, how everybody doing real quick?
Man, all is well, can't complain, man.
That's
You
what's
know
up.
what I mean?
That's what's up.
Man,
good, man.
solid as a rock,
Yeah.
man, like Ashford and Simpson, man.
Bless.
Man, that's what I'm talking
Sir,
about.
yes, sir.
Atkinson, sit.
Like Ashford and Simpson, solid as a rock.
I think we're going to start off this show, man, with some current shit. Because, you know, Pasadena going through the fires, everybody need help. You know what I'm saying? And they had a situation just yesterday down at the Red Cross. They trying to give everybody some little bread. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, you know, we got our own people out here fighting in the middle of the street. You know what I'm saying? And, I mean, me personally, I think it's a time and a place for everything.
Right.
I see my enemy, okay, yeah. I'm going to see you when I see you, but this ain't the place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some niggas, they live by, nigga, I'm going to get down when I get mad at. But
Right.
they ain't grew up yet. So
Right.
they don't know. Like, if we over here trying to get this bread,
Right.
we can't bring the street shit to the bread.
Exactly.
Because now we're going to shut it down for us and for other people.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to get y'all thoughts on that. Because I'm sure everybody's seen the video by now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a black eye, man, on the community, man. It's always the negative narrative that gets, you know
Pushed.
what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man, because there's so much positivity. But like you said, once again, in certain situations, you got to know when to say when. You know what I mean?
You know what's
Because-
sad about all that, though?
Yeah, that
I looked
makes,
at all that.
Nigga make it look bad on the town.
And them was all people who knew each other.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly. But that's the problem.
The shit says PD versus PD, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we know they know each other. You
Of
know,
course.
niggas probably grew up together and all types of shit. You got niggas daddies out
Exactly.
here hopping
Exactly.
in the fight. You got other niggas daddies breaking up the fight. It's just like this just be too much. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I feel like if it was my son out there, I would probably, you know what I mean? Be
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, I got to do something.
No,
You
you're
know what
going
I'm
to
saying?
jump in.
Yeah, but even though I knew it was a time and a place, me and my son, we gonna be like, you know what, let's get up out of here.
Exactly.
I know, but
You know
at
what I'm
the-
saying?
But see, this is just my opinion. My opinion is that all of us is put in different situations. So at the end of the day, if we was in that situation, you might walk away. Some people is not gonna walk away. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's kind of hard to separate the two when you had beef somewhere else.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? You had beef somewhere else, and then you bumped into each other again at Red Cross. And at the end of the day, you gotta know how to.
Right.
You know what's funny?
You gotta know how to be
You know what's funny
Treat
about
the
that, though?
situation, Yeah.
be
Last-
black people instead of be niggas.
Last
Exactly.
Friday,
Exactly.
it was
So-
a funeral.
Right? Wait, let me just finish that
Go
just
ahead.
real quick. Just real quick. And then I'm gonna let you land. But we all of us is different. You know what I'm saying? We go through stuff. And then you gotta realize them seeing each other at Red Cross is something that happened before they got the Red Cross.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So they going on a beef before they got the Red Cross.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I'm with you. If my son, the beef or whatever, I'm with my son. I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna fight with my son.
Yeah, definitely.
No matter what. But at the end of the day, that's just shows everybody what we like. You know, like, okay, we can't go and get no what's the name, assistance from the government or whatever.
Without acting a fool.
Without acting like niggas.
What you gonna say, S?
Man, I'm gonna keep it 100. It was a funeral last Friday, and every one of them niggas that was out there fighting was at that funeral.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever issue they had, it didn't have to come to that.
Right.
You know, my homeboy's son, my homeboy, rest in peace, his sons was out there fighting. And it just,
But all it takes is one person
for real.
to kick it off, because
You're
that's
not
what I
lying.
heard. It just took one person to kick it off.
Right.
And you're not lying about that. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're not lying about that.
One person that don't give a fuck.
Somebody gotta be the older, like, but
The level-headed
obviously we know more.
It's a bunch of young cats out there.
Behind it,
When
so.
there's so much chaos,
We
right?
don't
it's
know
so much
yet.
chaos, but
How can
what I-
one person do it? That's all I'm
Nah,
saying.
but what I'm saying is the initial reaction gotta be like, you feel me? It gotta be like it was older versus younger yesterday. So it was like, to me, it gotta be like somebody older. The older, I'm looking more at the older generation, like, bro, y'all really fighting kids. You know what they gonna do, because that's what these young niggas do nowadays.
Right.
They gonna trip, they gonna spaz, they in their prime.
Right.
Like they real prime. You know, that testosterone prime. They
Right.
just now entering that.
Right.
So you know they gonna act a fool. So it's like, you gotta be the level head and leave. Like, you feel me? Like, in that situation. Because it was already, and the reason why I'm saying that is because, according to the video, y'all could have been left.
Can only do so
Somebody
much.
could have been left, though.
Right.
Somebody could have been left. The person,
you agree?
Because it was a bunch of stagnant standing around and shit like
Right.
that. And you feel me? It was just like, so somebody at that point in time, all right, is dead. Get up out of here. Like, you feel me? Because now you fucking up the money.
I feel
Right.
you, but
Everybody.
in the
Like,
midst
right.
of it, we watching
Now-
the same video. Real quick, I just want to interject while you said that. So while you in the middle of it and it's going down, I mean, you gonna really walk away when a nigga is hitting niggas in the back of the head? You get what I'm saying?
No, I'm talking
like,
about
those
now-
ain't the times that you
Now,
can
by
just
that
walk
point,
away.
now by the time punches is being thrown, obviously, I'm talking about the standing around in the beginning of the video. It was a lot of standing around. Like, niggas didn't really want to do nothing. It was a lot of wolf tickets being sold.
Right.
You feel me? So what I'm saying is, in that aspect, that's when somebody's supposed to be like, bro, all right, shut this shit down. Like, come on, nigga. Like, we ain't, y'all ain't even getting to it.
Right.
Now, I can see if y'all really seen each other and got right to it. You feel me?
Right.
But it's a whole bunch of bear hugging, y'all hugging and shit. You feel me? And niggas yelling at each other, and it's yelling now, and it's a couple punches being thrown. But it's just like, bro, that shit could have been handled differently because it's money on the line.
Right. Exactly.
Everybody here trying to eat.
Trying to eat.
So you feel me? It's like,
So that leads me to a question, right? So do you feel, as you're the younger generation, do you feel like the older generation is actually scared of the younger generation because they didn't want to defuse the situation? They like, well, shit, I'm just stand back and watch because I don't want to get nothing going.
here's what I tell my counterparts and, you know, the people in my generation. Them older niggas is not scared of young niggas by a long shot. Y'all been there, done that. Y'all know what's at the end of that tunnel. So at the end of the day, you feel me? Y'all been to prison. Y'all been there. Y'all know what y'all gonna do.
Right.
The
So
older
y'all not
generation-
trying to throw that away, especially at that age.
Yeah,
Y'all not trying, because y'all know that
Ain't no
15
get
years,
back.
15
Ain't
years
no
of
get
hurt,
back.
10 years of hurt.
Yeah. It
Shit,
didn't hurt
5
until
years
it was
of hurt.
20,
5 years of
25.
hurt. 20,
Shit.
but you 20 years
24
old.
months
You
of hurt,
you in your
nigga.
20s and you in your 20s,
Shit.
nigga, that's not gonna hurt you as bad as it's gonna hurt
My
you.
family be
So you feel
homeless.
me? At the end of the day, I always tell my people in my generation, you feel me, like, older niggas is not scared of the young niggas by a long shot.
No.
You run up on the older nigga if you want to playing, and you feel me, you gonna find out the hard way.
They not
You feel me?
scared.
Exactly.
And guess what? The reason why I really tell people in my generation not to play with older niggas is because y'all older. Y'all bodies ain't the same no more. Y'all not gonna
Right.
be out here doing no fighting.
Exactly.
So it can get fatal real quick.
Right.
So
That's
I
real shit.
tell young niggas leave old niggas alone. But then I also tell old niggas the same thing too.
Leave the
So
young
you
niggas.
feel me? Like, because it's a thin line, you know. Because
definitely.
if you not,
Extreme
You don't know
they'll take it
what's
to
gonna
the
trigger the
extreme.
other person.
And they'll take it to the,
Exactly.
you know, the young
Yeah.
niggas gonna take it to the extreme. They got
Exactly.
testosterone and pride.
And the older niggas, we like, well, we already know this nigga gonna take it to the extreme, so we got to do it first.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I think the older generation is more strategic, while the younger people is more like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna just act on my emotion right
Emotion.
now.
Of
You're
course.
like, okay, I already know how this nigga gonna act, so I'm gonna just
Right.
do this to him now, and I'm gonna alleviate the
And
situation.
so to outright answer
Exactly.
your question, no, the older generation is not scared of the younger generation. The older generation is scared of what they'll lose. You feel
Correct.
me? It's the
Facts.
loss.
That's
Yeah.
They're not scared of these young niggas. Come
But
on now.
but you know what's funny?
That's fact.
It's the same thing we felt. Like coming up, we didn't want to take no losses from no niggas who was older than us. We wanted to let them know that, you know, we right here with you.
Yeah.
You know? So I get that too. But what I've learned is this. There's no separation. You got to understand that it was a different time and a different place where we all, you know, when we was coming up, it was just different. Things were different. Now y'all coming up in this y'all's world. Our job is to guide y'all, to make sure that y'all don't run through the pitfalls that we had and don't do the same shit that we did, so then that way you're here for your families. Going to
skip a
school,
beat.
doing the
Yeah.
right things that you're supposed to do, so that way you're in position to
Right.
be who you need to be.
Right.
And a lot of times, I don't think a lot of our life see that.
I tell
know
the
what
kids
I'm
all the
saying?
time, you don't want to be 40 and having to look for a job at McDonald's and shit.
Shit, or
You know
reinvent
what I'm
yourself.
saying? Yeah.
Exactly.
You know?
You want to have it steady
You know,
going.
one thing
Exactly.
like, you know, everybody be like, man, you know, this, that, and the third, and you know, but you gotta understand, a lot of the times we do this shit to try to make some money.
Right.
We're not doing this shit to try to look good and be out here flossing. We're doing this shit to try to make some money,
Right.
to keep shit going.
Stay afloat.
Exactly.
And one thing, y'all got a beautiful life because y'all have access to so much that we didn't. I always say this. It goes back to faces of death. To me. In our generation, there was a myth of what it was. Y'all can actually pick up the fucking phone and see if the truth,
Right.
what it was, where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Y'all
We didn't
have
have
so
that.
much access. We didn't have that.
Man,
you
don't
know?
say that, because that's why this nigga don't think that Chamberlain scored 100 points.
Well, you know it's funny. You know it's
Here we
funny.
go again.
However he
Here
look
we
at
go
it.
again.
Nonetheless.
I had to fuck with him when you said that.
But
Look, I was asleep when y'all was talking about it last
yeah,
time.
I say that to say this. You know, the one thing about I remember
don't understand.
when we was young.
She don't
boys.
understand you, nigga.
I know. I remember when we was young boys and we was coming up, right? And I remember all of us. I could look at every one of us in this room. I remember Tony as a young man. I remember Swag as a young man. Floss, Juice, all of us on the come up. And,
Yeah.
you know, we all had ambition. We all wanted something out of life. No matter if it was music, no matter if it was just trying to make some money
But
to
who
make
did we
sure.
put first, though?
Huh?
Who did we put first?
God.
God and ourselves.
And our children.
Yeah,
Oh,
our
yeah,
children,
facts.
but hands down.
Yeah, facts.
But I've learned this: if I can't take care of myself, there's no way in hell I could take care of that litter. So I gotta come first, because the righteous man in me is always gonna make sure that my litter is taken care of. The same with every one of us in here. No matter what we do, how many shoes we go get, no matter what we do, we gonna make sure we always set something aside for them young'uns.
Yeah, and the
Facts.
motherfucking bills. What I
Facts.
want to say, though, like what you was just saying about the younger generation and the older generation, but you was also saying when we were coming up, right?
Right.
One thing that we had is an older person that was really like telling us how it was.
And who knew what it was.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like the younger generation, they don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, they don't.
Like they really don't want to hear it. You got to select few, because you can't put everybody in the same category. You got to select few that will listen. But for the most part, niggas be like, well, let me live my life. I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. If I get mistakes, and be like, man, I'm trying to stop you from these fucking mistakes.
Right.
But you want to go
'Cause
through
you know where they
them?
lead.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, bro, like, you look cool today, but tomorrow it's
It's gonna be fucked up.
you're going to be in prison.
We-
Niggas ain't sending your kites.
We've
Niggas
been
ain't
in
sending your money,
situations.
no
You
package.
You know how
Yeah,
fucked
yeah,
up life
yeah.
is
You
for
know
all
what
of
I'm
us
saying?
who've been in here.
Shit.
Not the kite.
Nigga have 3,500 today, right? Be like, damn, we up.
Yeah.
Go pay 4 bills.
Yeah.
Go get something to eat and put some groceries in the
And
house.
now you trying to flip
and
that
it's
last
over.
500.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
over.
Like, who got a pound for 500?
You know what I'm
Over.
saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Look, you laughing, but it's the truth.
Yeah,
For
no,
real.
that's facts.
All right, for sure.
Because we all been that. We've all been in that situation to where, you know, make something shake.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's about this, young man. We been where you been. And we don't want you to make the same mistakes and have the same pitfalls that we had.
Right.
So us, we're not preaching because we didn't like people preaching. But what we're trying to do is make you aware because most young black men think this shit is a game. And they're not aware of the consequences. And that's all we're trying to do as parents.
Yeah.
Be preventative.
Facts.
Yeah.
Let's move on, because I know Swaggy had a, where you about to go? Somebody at the door?
Somewhere at the door.
That's
No, don't let him in.
that's your co-worker. But I know Swaggy had some shit to say. Oh, no, that's Big Keith in the building.
What I do, 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 Brody.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Swag, you had a comment, or not a comment, but something you want to talk about that's near and dear to your heart, even though you got on all this 49er shit. Because I got another topic, but we need to hear your voice. Because you didn't chime in one time.
Yeah. I did want to say something about that whole situation that went on, but you know, you guys always get on me about talking about our people, but you know, we are our worst enemies. You know, you know, we got to do better as a people.
Yeah.
Black people, African Americans.
Right.
This is why I always get on them, but also I always talk bad about black people. I don't like to do that, but I do it because I want people to learn to you know what I mean, do better. We got to do better.
Hell yeah.
We look bad. Other races see us doing shit like this, and that's why they say y'all, you guys are typical. You know, you're typical.
Do you think it's other races?
Is that why you was late?
Or just like people, period? Because I look at it, and I'm black, and I look at it and be like, oh, this is bad. Like, I don't think that it's just the other races, because
I think it's us.
Most races look at that video and skip it. We the only ones watching this shit. You know what I'm saying? Or people that's trying to get into our culture to see what's going on. But
Right.
other than that, other people skipping that
What about
shit.
the other people that are there? Why it's going down?
I get that, but this is a viral video. So the people that's making it viral look like you, look like me.
Right.
It's not those people. They didn't go home and search that video up, guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? Especially they say it was probably more Hispanics than it was us at that location.
Right.
So you think they going home to check that video? Fuck no. They Cinco de Mayo, nigga. We gonna
I
go
ain't
party.
thinking about that
Yeah.
video.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't thinking about that. They still drinking.
No.
I'm not saying just people who are going to go look at the video. People who are actually there, that's seeing it live in HD.
Select few. We talking about the masses. When it comes to videos that go
They in the
viral,
middle of
you
the street
gotta
fighting,
you
you
gotta
got
think about the
Right
masses
across the street from the hat.
and the fire station.
A lot of white
Yeah,
people
that's
go to
crazy.
that's pastrami place and eat pastramis.
So
You
you
gotta
care,
get the white
looking at-
out
look
your
at- look at these-
vocabulary.
what you care
Look
about
at
the
these-
white
not just
people.
about
Look
white
at these
people.
Negroes out here.
What you care about
It's
the
not
white
just
people.
how
about
they
white
acting?
people. You see how these Negroes
So
acting
you-
out here?
So you mayonnaise.
I feel you.
You mayonnaise.
I get where you're coming from. I definitely do.
I get what he's
definitely do.
saying. I
It was
get that
it was
part.
a bad look. It was a black eye for sure.
Look in
You
the
know what I'm
eyes
saying?
of other people and what
Black
they
eye
think
for
of
sure.
us. What do they think when they see shit like that happening?
Can I be honest?
What they
That's
been
what you
thinking.
Can I be honest?
I gotta ask him a question too.
Tone said the best thing. Tony Test said the best thing. They've been thinking that way about us.
They
no
been
matter
thinking that.
no matter what we do.
So how
if we
you
do
gonna act?
something, hold on. If we do something on a big scale, they're gonna criticize it.
Right.
If we do something like fighting
On the
in
bad
the middle
scale,
of the lake,
they still gonna
they still
criticize.
gonna criticize it.
Right.
They're gonna find a way to point the finger and make us all to put us all in that category.
Right.
When only a small percentage of us was 1%
Thank
was
you.
down there trying to do what they was trying to do.
I just saw this video yesterday where this black lady was cussing this white lady on the airplane, telling her all this shit, talking about. She told a white lady, "You guys create hate in your household. We don't do that." I'm like, "What do you mean we don't create hate? Shit."
But when you
But
say
you know,
you
it's
When we out
lie,
here,
when you watch those videos,
when we out here
but
shooting
we
and
only
killing each
see-
other, we don't have hate in
guys-
our household.
We don't.
We don't have hate.
We don't have hate in our household.
The beginning never
Who-
started
That's,
like
that's
that.
the definition of
whose
hate right
mama-
there.
No, that's not a
Who's
household
not
though.
true.
Whose
Do
mama
you have
is gonna
hate in your
tell these
household?
niggas,
I didn't
go
have
fuck
hate in
these
my
niggas up?
household.
No mama tells
I didn't have
her
hate in my
kid
household.
to go
Look,
fuck
ask
these
that
niggas
question.
While I was growing up,
Did you grow up with hate in your household?
Never.
No.
Did you grow up with
Never.
hate in your household?
You gotta
No.
sing
Swag.
some slaves hymns
Did
for
you
this
grow up
nigga.
with hate in your
Yeah.
This
household?
nigga's crazy.
Wait,
And your
I
mama's
want to hear his
house.
answer.
No.
Okay.
What was yours?
Same with Donovan, same
I know
with
he
me.
didn't.
So
Same
that,
with me.
that right there is
Fuck
just a
outta here.
situation, a moment. It doesn't define us in no way, shape, form, or fashion as a people. What it does is it defines those
You
people.
gotta stop thinking on the white
Man,
side.
cut it out, man.
I
It
get it.
does.
I get it because
I'm not.
other people that
He
see
thinks
it,
on the
they'll be
white
like,
side.
Yeah.
"This
They're
is how
apprehensive to
all
deal
these
with it.
niggas is."
But that's
Exactly.
not
It
true.
happens all
It
the
don't
time.
matter if it's true or not.
It
I'm
does.
telling-
This
it
shit
don't.
happens
It
all the
does.
It
time.
don't.
I'm
How
gonna
the-
tell you. You can defend that as much as
Everybody
you want to. Hold on, let me
if
land.
a white no,
Go
let
ahead,
me
go
land.
ahead, go
If a
ahead.
white person looks at this, they just gonna say that's how all them niggas act.
Exactly.
Thank you.
That's
Just
fine.
like I
I'm
said
saying.
in the
That's
beginning.
fine. But at the end of the
Juice,
day,
just like I
we
said in
all
the
don't
beginning.
act like that.
Of
That's
course not.
true. We know that. Of
course
Okay,
not.
so
Yeah.
why would I give a fuck what a motherfucker thinks about me? And
You
I know it's
shouldn't.
not. Hold on, and I know it's not true. So for y'all to say some shit like that, that's totally obtuse.
But you're using the word y'all.
He
Listen,
just said it.
I know,
nigga.
but listen to me.
I get what
I'm
he's
just
saying.
playing. I'm just playing.
I get what he's saying.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Nah, he ain't playing.
I'm just playing. No, with the nigga part, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Y'all, I'm gonna
You
say
can't
y'all.
use
No,
the word
yo.
y'all.
I know how to
can't.
act.
You know why?
I know you can, but
you
you
know
have
how
to
to
speak,
act.
But you have to
I'm
speak for
speaking
yourself.
you. I'm speaking for you.
But you can't speak
I'm
for me,
speak-
S.
You know why? I can speak for you. You know how to act, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can speak
Yeah.
for you.
I agree.
Your brothers that I know that
I
I can
agree.
vouch
Dwight
for
is all
that I
I
can say
agree.
if some
Right.
bullshit go down right now.
But we not
I
all
can-
perfect at all times. So we all switch
and I
it,
totally
so every
understand
time.
that.
So you
Right.
can't control another
And
individual.
I totally understand that. And I'm not trying to say that in no shape,
Because this
form, or
nigga, he
fashion.
used the word y'all all the time like he's
But
Samuel
what I'm
Jackson.
saying is
That's
that
right.
I can speak
Y'all
on y'all.
motherfuckers.
Y'all. He want to throw
Y'all.
us outside.
Y'all gotta
Nigga,
do
he want to
better.
be in the
Fucked
big
up.
White House.
Do better.
He want
Guess
to eat
what?
real berry
If
cake.
you would have got in a
leave us in the
situation out
back.
there, if you would have got a situation out there, you would have did your shit and left.
Yes.
That's it.
No,
But
I
you
know
know-
how to represent. I know how to watch negativity and move and leave.
That's my point.
That's my
exactly.
point.
we
That's
re- are we
me.
really
That's
talking about
my
act?
Because I know how to
See,
see. When I see negativity,
That's
I
why
know
I
when
can
to
say
leave.
why.
Exactly.
Swaggy D.
Are we really
Y'all.
surprised
Some people don't know
that
how
this
to-
fight happened?
That's why
We
I
are-
can
we
say
are surprised.
y'all.
I'm not
I'm just talking about
surprised.
Because
I'm
I know how
surprised.
y'all
I'm
think.
If a
Depends on
nigga
where it
trying to
happened
go
at.
get some
You
bread,
feel me?
Right.
nigga trying to go get
That's
some
it.
money,
Exactly.
it's never supposed to be negative shit
Ain't
like
nobody
that
died.
going on.
Ain't nobody did
You
nothing.
know what I'm saying?
Nigga, this is just words.
It coulda came
this
to
is
that.
just words.
It-
I'm looking at the
have.
video
It could
like
have
I'm
at
looking
that
at the
point in
video
time.
like this could have turned out real bad.
Yeah, it could
Somebody
have.
coulda
I'm
got
saying,
shot,
we're talking about-
somebody coulda
We're talking
died.
about leading up to
Definitely.
it. We're talking about leading up to it. We were
Definitely.
not expecting that.
Y'all see, Swaggy
they
D.
fighting over
Back in
something
the
that's
days,
not Red
back in the
Cross shit.
days, Tony. Back in the days, we used to have this bracelet, and it used to say WWJD.
What would Jesus do?
Right? Swaggy wake up to a bracelet that says WWWPD. What will white people do?
Yeah.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And we don't wake up with that. We wake up, and we were talking about, I don't know who said it, but you was talking about like hatred in the household and shit like that. Like we was brought up like, okay, be God-like, be Jesus-like, be kind, be this, be that, be cool to your brothers. So none of us in here grew up with a hatred heart that be like, oh, that white person ain't shit, or
Right.
that Mexican person ain't shit. No, that motherfucker might be cool.
Right.
That motherfucker might be cool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's when they turn and do some bullshit that we be like, well, fuck that person. That's how we come. Fuck that single person. But the way you're saying it is that white people will look at it and be like,
As
fuck
a people.
all those people.
And I
I
agree.
think different from y'all.
Yeah,
When I walk
because
And I
the streets
agree.
every day,
Clearly.
and I get
But-
up every morning.
you
but
walk the streets.
Clearly,
I worry,
but
about,
guess
I worry
what?
about what the white man thinks of me, not
Guess
what you
what?
think
I
of me.
just said
Guess
that.
what?
think of
I
me.
just
Guess
said
what?
that.
I worry about what that white man thinks
I've
of me.
seen them separate.
That white man gonna look at me and say, "Oh, that's a good young man
I
right
just
there.
said-
Listen,
That's
What-
a good
No, that's
gentleman
deep-
right
no, he
there.
was like, that's a good old boy.
That's a
I
good
just said
gentleman
good
right
old
there.
boy right
Hey,
there.
listen.
That's a good old
Did I
boy.
just say that?
Listen.
Okay, he's
I
gonna
just
say
say
I've
that.
seen
He's
them
gonna say that's the
separate
type of guys we
Michael
in.
Jackson,
He's gonna
P.
pick.
Diddy,
See what I gotta
Michael
go
Jordan,
through?
Give a fuck
This
about
is
how
the-
y'all
Mike
think, how
Tyson.
y'all perceive me.
This
and
is
all.
I
shit,
care
I
how the
love
white
him.
man perceives me.
If you love him, you gotta love me.
So
Hello.
look.
Hello, are y'all listening? Are
Radio
y'all having a
Line.
little conversation? I'm trying to talk right now.
Look, yeah.
Go
let
ahead.
Don't worry about how that
Now
white
you
man
wanna
perceives
talk.
me. I don't worry about how the fuck y'all perceive me.
Yeah,
I
you
want
do.
to
Y'all.
about
Oh, they
how
go
the
to
white
word
man-
y'all again. Damn it,
how
boy.
corporate America
Oh,
sees me.
Lord.
Okay, how the people in the bank sees me. When I walk into that bank and deposit some money, I want them to say, you know what, that's a good young man.
So we y'all.
He's a professional
So
guy.
we're
Do you
y'all.
think they say that?
So we're y'all.
Do you think
I
they
feel
actually
you.
say that though?
Hey, Juice.
I'm pretty sure 90% of the time
Juice,
they say
we're
that.
Do
y'all.
you think they
Yeah,
actually?
we
When
are
he
y'all.
goes into the
We
bank.
are y'all.
You know what happens
y'all.
when they
Okay.
see you.
When
That's
we
all
go,
I'm
when he
saying.
go into
They
the
be
bank,
like,
we're
that's all
y'all.
I'm saying.
Me and you,
Donovan,
we bank
Juice,
at the same couple of
SD,
banks,
all
right?
of us is y'all.
And what I've failed to realize is that the people that work in those banks that we're both talking about, it's not one white person that works in there. The only white person that works in there
Latino.
works in the back. And I only
They all
met him and
Latino.
talked to him when I was talking about finance shit for a house. Everybody else is either Hispanic or black.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Perception is everything. First
It
impression is
doesn't
everything.
matter. It doesn't matter. But you
What people
talking about
sees you
listen,
and how they
listen,
Just
view
listen
you.
to him.
when you talking about you going into the bank and you want the white people to perceive you, there's no white people in that bank.
Might be
So how they gonna
they're in the
perceive
bank
you?
counting
You
the
get
money.
what I'm saying?
Hispanic people are the tellers.
So that leads me to say this. We're
Flossie.
putting money in
Flossie.
these banks,
God.
right? And
Stop it.
I'm going to be honest with you. You're right
don't
about one
stop it.
thing. We do need to be going to put large amounts into Charles Schwab, into shit like that, where we can get CDs
Morgan
and money
Stanley.
back, Morgan Stanley,
Yeah.
to get money back
Dun
on
and
what we're
Broad
putting in.
Street.
Because the
Yes.
money that we're keeping in the bank, if I got 30,000 in the bank account, at the end of the year, I might see 30,200. That ain't shit. That's probably fucking 1.5%.
Nigga, less
Say
than
it
one
again.
percent.
Say it again, Juice.
Point-
Like 70,
Thank
like
you.
75%.
But
Like
Fuck outta here.
0.75.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Got the most
So
out
that's why they looking at
Correct.
us like,
Yeah.
oh,
Correct.
this nigga keeping his money in the bank. Yeah, he got a cool balance, but it ain't gaining no interest. And that's the problem that we have as black people,
Right.
is that we go to these banks, Wells Fargo, Navy Federal, we go to all of these different banks, Bank of America, Chase, and we putting our money in there, keeping it in there,
Right.
but it's not bringing us no money. They taking our money
And
all the
investing.
time and investing it in them big shit where they getting 10% on the return of our money. Now think about this: how can a bank operate if you keeping your money? Say you got $200 in your account. You got $200 in your account. You go put $200 in your account and you keep it there for 2 years. Once you leave or take your $200 out, you might have $201. They done flipped your 200 35 times. They done made 2,000 off of your 200. Now, if they got 10 million people that bank with them, add that up.
Like
They
you.
done made all of this money from doing that. So, first of all, we kind of
You gotta get
stupid.
you a money market account. Something that's
And
That's
I'm gonna tell you-
exactly what I'm
accumulate
saying.
And I'm gonna tell you something like
Nigga,
this.
that's what I'm saying.
And if they take a loss,
He said that's
it's
what I'm saying.
insured.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's insured. Because you only got 200 and they insured up to 100,000. You gonna get your 200 back, but they gonna tell the motherfucking insurance that you had 2,000 in there.
Right.
Like they don't give a fuck. Nigga, all they gotta do is add a zero.
And they're not gonna
You know what I'm
question
saying?
them now.
We on the low level and we be like, oh, I want to change my address to go here. Them niggas is changing your whole bank account number when anything goes wrong with you. Why you think they put that money so fast back in your account? Oh, you got fraud on your account? Oh, hell yeah. Let me send you to the fraud department.
Right.
Yeah. I get my commission for sending him over here,
Right.
and they going to get the big bread over here. You get what I'm saying?
You know
like
what the best thing to do
everything
for
that
you-
you think about is a Ponzi scheme. But
Right.
we don't think about that as just putting our 20, 30 and getting $100 back out the account. We
Right.
don't never think about that. Corporate America is fucked up. But we're going to stop that.
But no, let me just give him this. The best advice for you is, from brother to brother, stop using the word y'all. Start off with that.
That's not possible.
Yeah, I don't even know why you said that.
We all
nigga.
use
That
that
word
word.
I
honest.
always say y'all.
Hey,
You know?
We all
At least
use
he's
that
honest.
word.
Thank you.
Man, so I tried to give
You
Swag the
know, he ain't
opportunity
listen.
to talk about them bum ass
listen.
Clippers, but he
Not
he
listen.
swung for the fences and kept going. So I've been watching Netflix lately. You know what I mean? And some shit called Shooting Stars. Am I the only one that's seen it?
Yeah.
About the basketball team?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen it. I seen
I
that episode.
ain't
You
seen
seen?
it, but I seen the preview.
It's
I ain't
only
seen
one.
it
It's
all.
one episode. It's one thing. You seen it?
No.
No. So it's about Javaris Crennington in the arena
Oh
situation.
yeah, no, I seen that in Gilbert. Yeah, I
Right?
seen that. Yeah.
So y'all remember this
Gilbert
back in the
Arenas?
days?
Yeah.
Do
When
y'all
he was
remember?
gambling?
I do.
No, they
Yeah,
were
they was
They was
kind of,
gambling.
sorta.
He was
but
gambling.
They
But
was
they came
pulling
with
out the
guns.
guns.
Yeah, guns
They was
and
pulling out
gambling.
the guns,
It's all
right?
it all
So
triggered with each
y'all
other.
know that Peter Vesey, he was the one that broke the story,
Right.
and he got it from third party, whatever. But to hear how the story actually happened,
Was crazy.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These niggas, like, okay, I done been to prison and I done seen niggas fighting over, like, say, this nigga, Swaggy, and him, Flossie B, is gambling. This is how it happened. They gambling, right? Flossie might owe Swaggy some money. Flossie got the money, but he only want to give him X amount of
Percentage of it,
dollars.
yep,
And he like, I
9,000.
give you the rest later. I'm on the outside looking in, and I interject myself and be like, no, nigga, give him all the money.
Right.
The other nigga like, man, you ain't got shit to do with this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that was Gilbert Arenas telling Javaris, like, man,
Right.
you ain't got shit to do with this. Keep your ass.
Javaris is in prison, right? Isn't
No,
he?
he's home.
He got
Yeah,
out.
he just
He's
got out.
home.
He got
Oh,
out.
he got out.
He's been home since the pandemic.
He got home. No, he got out in April of 2023.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had a 23-year sentence, got out in 10 years. We'll get to that in a minute, right? But so they got into it, and Arenas told this nigga like, "Oh, you gonna do this? I'll do this to you, nigga." You know, Arenas had like 500 guns,
Right.
like 400 something guns, because he was a gun collector.
Right.
Bought a gun collection from one of
His
his ex-girlfriends.
ex-girlfriend's fathers,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So he got like 500 guns. You know what I'm saying? So he like, nigga, oh, you gonna shoot me? Oh, you gonna shoot? Oh man, my knee already bad. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna shoot you in your other knee. Nigga told him, I'll bring the guns for you. Really brought the guns, but they squashed all that shit. They pulled the guns out, whatever. They squashed all that.
Right.
This is where it goes bad. They kicked Javaris off the team. They both got 50 games suspensions.
Right.
Kicked him off the team. He tried to go play somewhere else. Now this nigga turned into a crip. Basketball player turned into a crip.
He had
Right.
been
All
one
of a
though.
sudden.
So, you know, he was from Atlanta.
Yeah.
He was from Atlanta.
He
And
was
then
still
when he
fucking
got
with the
drafted
That was-
by the
remember, that
Lakers,
was
Then he started
08.
fucking with the Mansfield.
He started
Exactly.
fucking with the Mansfield.
Exactly.
And he go back to Atlanta. So he already a gangster. And he out of the league. And he depressed.
Right.
So another nigga, he keep getting robbed.
Right.
See the nigga that robbed him, try to shoot him. Kill a girl that's with him. You know what I'm saying? That's how
Right.
shit happens. Like, I'm mad at you. I'm going to try to shoot you. He probably closed his eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's probably what happened. Because if
Yeah.
I'm shooting you and you 10 feet away, nigga, I'm only aiming at you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ah!
Yeah.
Shot the girl, hit her in the leg, she died.
She died.
Whatever. Career over, life over, basically. You know what I'm saying? Now, my thing is this. If you're an NBA star, you getting robbed, right? How would you feel? Would you be the nigga that's be like, yo, I gotta go get these niggas back, or you just be like, you know what? I'm gonna chalk it up. Me personally, no hate on nothing, but I've never been robbed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the feeling of getting robbed is just like, it probably touches your soul because a nigga took something from you that you worked hard for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I believe in that if I got it once, I can get it again. No
Exactly.
matter how long it takes.
Right.
So I'm not finna be searching for a nigga.
Thank you.
But with depression and anxiety, probably comes with revenge.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna start with you. How would you feel if that happened to you? Would you go to those lengths to search a nigga out?
I mean, based on his situation and circumstance, because at the time, you know what I mean, he wasn't in the league and he had just came back from China. So, like you said, he was depressed and, you know, he was getting blackballed. And it was funny because it was like he would have tryouts and, you know, he was trying to get back into the league. And then would be all these little minute little lies that
The
people would
flip-flops.
say, yeah, about like the shit with the flip-flops, you know, that stopped him from getting back in the league. So, and then on top of that, he got robbed twice, and he said he had like $100,000 worth of jewelry, but they robbed him twice. You know what I mean? So once that occurs, then you like, well,
You
niggas
become
might
paranoid.
be, but niggas might be picking on me. You know what I mean? Like,
But you
nigga
still
robbed
become
me once,
paranoid.
Then, yeah, of course you're gonna become paranoid.
But like you saying, your
But
pride
like,
is hurting. Your pride is hurting at the same time.
And if it
You're still a
happens
man.
twice,
You still
if
a
it
man.
happens
Exactly.
twice,
So
you
you
feel like
like-
you're gonna become a target.
You are a
Yeah,
target.
yeah,
That's
now-
what you're
yeah, now
feeling
you
like
just-
after the second
Oh,
time.
you
You're
just
definitely
pickings.
feeling
You
like a
easy pickings
target.
at that point.
You see what I'm saying?
After the
So-
first time, nigga, I ain't wearing no jewelry.
No facts.
That's how I alleviate that.
No, that's facts. But what
That's
I'm
how
saying,
you stop that.
What I'm saying is,
You
he,
said the
you
key
know,
word.
was, in the area.
every time you wear
where he
your
was
jewelry, you
familiar
getting
with,
robbed.
He felt comfortable, and he should be able to do that. Niggas shouldn't be
That's-
robbing the
wear
boy
your
because
jewelry
he's
if you can
from.
protect
He
yourself.
is, and he's where he's from. You know what I mean? He's back. Paying homage. So
It's always a
But it's
thirsty
crazy.
nigga somewhere.
yeah, always.
Always.
Wear
That
your
don't
jewelry
matter
if you can
from
protect
there or
yourself.
whatever. It's
That's the
always a
thing.
thirsty nigga.
But yeah, that's a cold situation, man.
Yeah,
So yeah,
definitely.
for him, I understand why he took it to the point that he did because he did go to the police. You know what I'm saying? And they
Plus,
was
he's a
acting like,
Carib.
you know what I mean? Exactly. So he don't want to really tell on nobody. And then
So
they-
why you go to the police?
He didn't.
Because
They
because
came
he
in.
called
He didn't go-
911. No, the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
time
he called 911.
911. So that's why he
For his
asked it
chain?
initially. The first time he got robbed. Because it was a lot of people that seen it, so other people was
So
calling.
he called the
911
police
too.
because his chain got snatched off.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
nigga got robbed. Him
He
and
got
his
robbed
cousin,
for his chain,
Yeah,
his watch and his earrings.
Yeah.
100,000.
So,
Gone.
but
They told his ass not to go out by himself.
yeah, exactly. That was the thing. And he
And
was
where
with
was
his
he at, in
cousin.
LA?
So why would
Atlanta.
you call the
No,
police?
he was in
stupid?
Atlanta.
He got robbed in Atlanta and LA, right?
No, they was both in Atlanta.
why would
you
That's
call
when he
the
had
police?
just came back. Yeah.
The second time
but,
when he
yeah,
came
but
back.
it was like within like 3 months too. It wasn't like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh,
it
you
was
a
low
target.
key
Oh,
kinda-
yeah.
you
My
see what I'm
paranoia
saying?
would be
That's what I'm
crazy.
saying.
So now you're just
Now
willing
you,
to take
now you
losses.
like, but hold on, now you
You're
from the
willing to
hood.
take losses if you go out with
from the
your
hood,
chain
though.
on.
You feel like you
Because
can go
you
somewhere
from the
else and do it.
projects, Niggas out here trying to put a target on your back. You, where you come from as far as your soil, nigga, that shit, the soil part of you was gonna be like, nigga, I need to go get at these niggas.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? The police not trying to, get my jewelry and shit back.
What did he tell the police?
Well, he told nothing. Like they
He told the police, nigga, I'm
I'ma
going to figure it out
handle
myself.
That's what he told.
So
the
why would
police.
you call the police, stupid?
That was
No,
after
was
the second
first-
time.
Yeah,
After the second time, he said, nigga, I'm going to handle this myself.
exactly.
So what this nigga did was do his own research. He was walking up on people. Hey, you heard about the NBA star that got robbed? That's me.
Thank
Who did it? You know what I'm saying? Random niggas in the neighborhood.
That nigga
Probably-
found out.
What they probably didn't say is he was probably like, oh man, I got 100
So he
for
turned
you.
into
Exactly.
internal
You know what I'm
affairs.
saying? He
He
turned
turned
into the
internal
IA,
affairs.
nigga.
Thank
Yes.
you.
He
internal
trying
affairs.
to he turned into internal affairs.
No,
he trying to
he turned into a
investigate.
PI, nigga.
He turned
Exactly.
into a PI to try
He
to
done
figure out
turned into
who,
the feds 'cause he
who
went and
stole
did
his
time.
chain
Right, probably
because
investigator.
you went out with no security and got your chain robbed.
Yeah, he
that-
did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
now that's where you.
and he
supposed to
got
take
all
your-
the answers. So he knew exactly who
To get
robbed
robbed
him.
again?
Yeah.
He
No,
knew
knew
exactly who robbed him.
He found out
And he called the nigga
Yeah.
who robbed him.
This is so
Called the
crazy.
nigga on the phone like, yeah, I'm gonna need that jewelry back. The nigga said, nigga, you better come with some bread, nigga.
He
Of
said,
course.
don't call this phone no more unless
Or
you got
nigga-
some
Because
money.
it was all premeditated.
That's what I'm saying. It should have been me personally looking at it. I'm like, damn, they
He
gonna get this
premeditated
nigga
to
for
rob him.
premeditated murder.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they got this nigga with manslaughter. Gave this nigga 23 years and he
That's
got out in
crazy.
10. Y'all know Crittington used to play for the Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
got
He
drafted.
didn't,
by
he
the
didn't get
Lakers.
no run because Phil Jackson, this nigga didn't know how to do the triangle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he got drafted by the Lakers playing with Kobe and all that, but didn't
Right.
get on the court. And whenever he did get on the court, it was kind of like a fucked up situation because they expected him to be the same nigga at Georgia Tech.
Right.
When you ain't gave this nigga no run for
Right.
20 games
Yeah,
straight.
straight.
You
Exactly.
throw this nigga in and expect him to be Crittington. No, nigga.
Exactly.
That's the one thing about NBA stars. Once you take their mental, they gone.
Right.
We talked about this before.
Right.
How niggas be the #1 draft pick and all that pressure on them and they can't take it.
Right.
His is the opposite. He wasn't a first round pick. Second round or late first round, and he didn't get no run. He was supposed to get some burn. He didn't get no burn. So now when they throw him in, like, oh yeah, go in. This nigga fumbling the ball, all that.
Yeah,
Because you
y'all
know,
nervous.
in the NBA, you
Nervous.
gotta
Now
get
he
some rhythm.
nervous.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. You got to get some rhythm.
Y'all gotta watch that, man.
He's been on a
No,
couple
that shit
talk
is-
shows.
I'm gonna
watch
watch that. I'm
That
gonna
shit
watch
is
that.
so
And-
good. It's that untold.
And you know what's
That's
dope
what that
is he's been working with the NBA. You know, working with some of the he's in the rookie symposium. He talks about, you know, the mistakes that he made and
what
stuff
could
like
happen.
that, and what could happen, the possibilities of one mistake or hanging around the wrong people. And you know, he's got a long road ahead of him, but he's got some get back. The one beautiful thing about America, and I hate this because when it comes to us, they feel like there's no get back. Lately, they've been talking about Henry Ruggs coming back to the Raiders.
Yeah, he working out while he in prison.
Right. No, he's home.
He's home?
He's home.
No, he's
Yeah.
not here yet, is he?
No, he's home.
Yeah, he's home. He only did a little bit of time.
Yeah,
So he's in a halfway house?
They swept that under the rug.
He's home.
Because I didn't
So
know
he's in
he
the
was-
halfway house. So he's
So, yeah.
So with
He really
that,
did it
no,
on
he's been
accident.
home. He's been home for like a
He
year
was
and
drunk.
a half.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
so-
look, out of his reputation, that's the only thing that he's ever done wrong.
he
Out of
had
his
a record.
whole, he
Yeah,
had
he had
You
no
nothing.
said that like a nigga can go 45 years without doing no crime and then kill their wife and their kids.
Nah,
Like,
Nah,
nigga,
that
I don't
ain't
give a
that.
fuck. If it's
That ain't
not
that.
different. You drunk and you driving 100-something miles per
So
hour and
Well,
you
Dante
kill
Stallworth
somebody.
came back.
a nigga don't mean so by
Yeah,
you
that's
saying
another
that.
one,
He came
So a
back.
nigga can't earn a living for his family.
I'm not saying that.
That's
But
what it sounds like you're saying to
I'm
me.
definitely not saying that, but it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be extremely
said
hard
that's what it sounds
for a
like.
person that was that young, that fucked up so quick, to come back from something like that.
I get what you're saying, but
But it's been done.
we have so many
It has been
others.
done.
Hold on, we've had so many others, and what I mean others, I mean others.
We
That
know
did-
what you mean.
That
who
did
have
with
come-
on his
Not the
caliber?
weak
who
bread.
who have made mistakes,
On
Right.
his caliber?
committed
Right.
crimes,
Exactly.
hurt people, committed murder, and still got to earn a living in their professions.
Who killed somebody and came
Was
back?
they white?
White.
We just talked Alec Baldwin,
They was white.
Alec
Alec
Baldwin is
Baldwin-
still going through the court case.
but he's still working.
Yep.
He out on bail.
He's still working.
No, I don't think he.
That's-
got
No,
on
he was
bail.
Bro, he was just
He
on
was gonna
some.
be- what-
He was
he's
just
still
on
working.
something not too long
He
ago.
what?
Yeah,
What-
that-
what
that-
he
I
said?
just was watching
Yeah, he's
something.
still working.
No, that case is
That's-
over.
that
The
case
thing,
is
the
over,
only
I
gun
think.
thing that's
It's
going
Right.
is the civil
But
case.
I just
That case is over.
watched something not too long ago and he was on it.
That's creative.
It's not creative.
That is creative.
It's a
I'm not
livelihood,
using-
Juice. It's
I'm
a
not
livelihood.
using my attributes.
So now, because I hit a motherfucker in trucks, I'm driving
You don't
trucks.
think it's created?
I get no. What he does is creative. Exactly, it is.
I just wanna ask-
But
At this
the
point,
end
he
of
got
the
his
day-
own lane.
At the end of the day, nah.
He was directing his own movie. What do you mean?
I got
nah?
what you're saying, but the
That's
stakes,
like the
but
nigga that
stakes
raped
are
the
still
kids
same.
and still was doing movies from
But
another
he
country.
is.
Roman
You know what I'm
Polanski.
saying?
Roman
Roman
Polanski.
Polanski.
Okay, we can go Kevin Spacey.
But that's what I'm saying. Creativeness
Okay.
is different from an athlete.
I disagree.
Why? I'm gonna tell you why.
You don't
because
think it was
now,
creative?
no, listen,
Yeah,
listen,
definitely,
listen,
it's very
listen.
creative.
Now you
I'm not-
got
I'm
a
not
group
disagreeing
of
with
old
that.
white
No,
people.
I think it was. I know you're
Tone-
not.
I mean,
I'm
not
just asking.
Tone. Listen, you got a group of old white people, right? Just like he was talking about earlier with the niggas fighting. You got the white people looking back and saying, "Yeah, I ain't hiring this nigga.
I agree with
If
that.
you hire this nigga, we
But-
ain't fucking with you.
Right.
You hire
Listen.
this nigga, ain't no jersey sales going to you.
Right.
If
Listen.
you hire this nigga, ain't no. That's the collusion type shit that we don't hear about.
I get you, but at the end of the day, that's not what I'm saying.
You saying he don't deserve a live? You saying
I
he
said
do
yes.
deserve
Let me
a
speak.
living?
Let me
You
say
know what
that
I'm
again.
saying?
I'm saying that at the end of the day, regardless to what goes on, he deserves to make a living for himself. And if he chooses to try to pursue football
But he has to
again,
choose
hold
that
on,
path.
hold on,
Go
hold
ahead.
on. He is choosing that path. Josh Jacobs just came out a couple weeks ago and said he's been talking to teams about it. Other players have come out. Max Crosby asked for the Raiders to try to pick him up and give him a shot. Now, I don't know what he looks like as far as coming out and doing his footwork. And
No, I
things
seen
like
his
that.
little workout. He
But-
looked like the man.
But the young man deserves a shot. That's all I'm saying. We live in
feel you.
America.
No, I believe you. I'm not
America-
believe you, but I'm behind you.
America
I
is
agree
the,
with you on
America's the
Yeah.
place of second chances, right?
I
The
agree.
young man deserves a shot.
Man, we
Whether
agree
it's
with you.
us, the 49ers, motherfucking the goddamn Houston Oilers.
My
And they
father
don't
God
even
said
exist.
We
ain't
agree
perfect,
with
so
you.
at
We
the end
saying
of the day.
he do deserve a
I
shot.
know what you're
But it's
saying.
the people who's going to
got
give him
you.
the shot
So,
that writes the checks.
I got you. But for us,
That's what's going on.
all we're doing is speaking on him getting a shot. We're not going to talk about the powers that be. The brother deserves a
I'm
shot.
gonna let y'all Raiders talk about this shit.
It ain't about Raiders. It's about a black man. It's about a black man who plays football
Don't do that.
and deserves
Same boat.
and deserves to have a livelihood
I
playing
agree.
football.
Y'all-
No
we
matter
said
if
my-
it's with
we-
us
we
or
said
with
mine,
anybody
y'all,
else.
Well, you
And
know,
that's all I'm saying.
The Rock don't go hire that
We on
nigga
the
for their
same boat.
football league,
Yeah,
nigga.
but you know, and that's another
Yeah,
avenue.
That's another
you know what I
avenue.
mean?
I'm
Right.
glad The Rock
Yeah.
came out with that because if
Yeah.
he don't get a shot in the NFL, The Rock could give him a chance over there.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I'm
that's
saying?
all
And
I'm
maybe
saying.
he can make his way back because
Exactly.
And that's all I'm
if
saying.
he's in the NFL going there, he should be smoking niggas.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying? He should
course.
be smoking niggas.
But it's all
so-
world niggas in that
I mean,
league, too. Don't
I
be
hope he
stupid.
gets a chance, but
That's all I'm saying.
I'm just
Niggas
speaking
in that
on
league.
I
how
agree with
people
you.
perceive the point of, oh, you
And
killed somebody.
and I totally understand that. But
Was it
guess
an
what?
old white lady
But
he
guess
killed?
what?
Nah, it was a young white.
Yeah,
girl.
Young white girl.
But guess
She was
what?
white.
But guess what?
He ain't getting a chance.
But guess
Dante
what?
Stallworth came back for the same thing.
Correct.
Thank you.
But guess what?
Dante
I'm gonna tell you some
Stallworth did a
real
whole
shit.
lot for the league at that point in his
Ah.
Guess
there
what?
you go.
What about Plaxico Barris? He didn't get another
Hold on,
chance.
man.
Yes, he
Hell,
did.
yes,
He put the
Plaxico-
white boy.
no, he
He
did.
sound
He
like
shot
the
himself
white.
in the leg. Yes,
So
he
guess
did.
what?
Sound like the white.
Itself.
And I'm gonna
He
say
sound
this.
like the white.
And I'm gonna say this.
Shut up.
At the end of the day,
I don't care if you kick me with your Jordan.
there's been people in the world
I got on
who've
pro
committed
wings.
crimes, right? And they're not high profile, and they get a second chance at life.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
sure.
now,
Raiders, y'all
believe
cut
me,
it out.
nobody has paid more than this young man. Any one of us, if we would have made that mistake, the guilt would have killed us.
Right.
You hear me? So with that being said right there, we always can't be the judge, the jury, and the executioner about different situations and certain things. We just got to wish for the best for people. It's called speaking it into existence.
Man, I definitely
He had a
hope he
chance and
does.
he messed it up. He screwed it
I
up. as far as I'm
He did.
definitely hope he gets
He
another
did.
chance.
He did.
But
I don't-
the
I
one
don't
thing
feel
y'all
s-
really are failing to realize, right?
Nobody's failing to realize
You are,
anything.
you are because you talking about giving one man a chance.
That's
right?
not one man. I
Yeah,
mean,
this
it's
is one man.
It's
They were
one
talking
man, but
about
it's
Rudd, right?
But it's an opportunity that
Opportunity.
he already had.
He
Right.
had-
Okay.
Exactly. He had it.
Listen to
So-
what I'm
Alright.
saying. Listen
You
to what
messed-
I'm
you
saying.
messed up your
Like y'all
chances.
niggas say, let me land.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Donovan. If you play football, how many
Like that.
years in what do you got to play football? You got to play how many years?
5 years.
No, shut up.
No, shut up.
In college?
Not to shut
4
up.
years.
No. See, all y'all wrong.
No, you only got to play 3.
You got to play 3 years
To be
in
eligible
what?
for the draft.
In what though? In what?
Football.
In what though?
What do you mean?
What is USC? That's
D1.
University.
a college.
Yeah.
Okay.
What happens in college every single year?
Speak on it, nigga. Don't make us guess.
Because y'all niggas can't guess shit.
No,
Goddamn.
I don't want to.
No,
I don't
nigga.
want to foresee
Every-
what you're saying.
every fucking
I want you
year-
to say what you
every-
need to fucking
nigga,
say.
Every year it's a draft.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Every year it's a draft.
All right.
Every year it's new niggas coming out.
All right.
Right.
Every year it's niggas. Nigga, they got a nigga that didn't even get drafted running a 4.27.
Right.
Henry Rudd, what did he run? A 4.3? He was
ran
fast
like-
as fuck.
Yeah,
He
he,
ran
did.
like a
He ran
4.2
like a
something.
4.3, yeah.
He ran fast as fuck.
Yeah, he did.
So every year you got another nigga to replace him. So you talking about an executive like it's 100 of these niggas,
Right.
but you want to give this one nigga a chance who fumbled it?
There's a team that
Definitely.
can use him.
No, nigga.
Definitely.
It's-
Because every year there's going to
Definitely.
be a team out
How
there
good was he?
with injuries.
Definitely.
How good
with-
was he?
He was
he
good
was
for
all
us.
world.
And Henry Ruggs,
He was
How
on
good
his.
was
He
he?
was
Wait,
on
wait,
his
wait,
way.
We're not going to talk
He
about
was on
Henry
his
Ruggs
way
like
and
he
he
was
fucked it
scrub.
up.
You can say
He's a
he was
first
on
round
his way,
pick.
but
He
how good
was.
was he?
He's a
The
first
game
round pick.
before he went down, the motherfucker had 100 and some odd yards.
How
Bro
many
was
picks?
just-
In,
bro
how
was
many
just-
picks in the first round?
He was-
30.
Huh?
30.
32.
32. It's 32 Henry Ruggs in the league, nigga.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But every year there's always a slot to
How many?
fill.
When did
You
this
gotta
happen?
understand-
2 years ago?
Nah, you got to understand.
Nah, this happened
About
during
three.
this happened during the
Three.
pandemic because he's been
So
gone like
it's been
5,
10
6
niggas
years.
that came
Five,
out since
four.
him.
About
At
4 or
least,
5 years.
at least 10, 20 niggas that came out that run
Because
his
I remember
speed
that
or
draft
faster.
was him, Darren Arnett, and
Right.
none of them niggas was on the team.
But
Remember?
all I'm saying is for him to get another chance, it's going I hope he does. But I'm just saying it's going to be hard because in the NFL, that shit stands for not for long. for
definitely.
one. So when you fuck up, you damn near out.
I agree.
Ray Rice, was it Ray Rice?
Yeah.
That's different.
No,
It's not
That's different.
how the fuck is it different?
Not
The
the
nigga
dog.
beat a
Same
bitch.
shit. He made a
not the
mistake.
And this
Same.
nigga killed somebody. Fuck is you talking about?
But he
Beat a
wasn't.
bitch,
he
it's
was
different.
intoxicated.
Nigga,
It's the same shit.
man, that
It's
nigga wasn't
different.
intoxicated when he beat his broad.
Ray Rice.
Y'all
he
niggas
was
is
not.
crazy.
He was in rage.
Juice.
If you ask
Juice.
any woman, if you
Juice.
ask any
You
woman,
committed a
who
crime.
done
It's
that-
all the same.
If
bro.
you
All
ask
that
any
mistake.
woman,
but then also,
I'm
Bullshit.
not.
It's not.
If you
different.
ask any woman,
it's not different.
turn around, turn
It's
around.
bullshit.
Turn around.
Turn
Ah, I hear you,
Right,
nigga.
you're
Mama,
right.
Hey, Juice.
Now, would you rather
Right,
a
it-
nigga beat on you or killed you?
Juice,
Them are the
Juice.
only two options.
Juice, you
We're
right.
not
A
talking
nigga
about
beat you
that.
or
That's
killed.
what I'm
That's
telling
it
you.
is what we
What
talking
we
about.
saying is this.
No,
This
nigga,
is what you're right.
no.
Let me land.
Those are the 2
You're
options,
right.
though.
No.
You're right.
Those are the 2 options.
Let me say what I need
You're
to say.
right.
Go ahead. Go
What I
ahead.
need to
It's
say
the
is
same.
simply this.
Go ahead.
It's
To
the
a
same.
certain degree,
It's the same.
it is
bro.
the same. But at the end of the day, no, it wasn't.
Yes, it is.
No,
No,
because,
let this nigga land.
Because I'm on the highway, right? I'm here. We're having
Going
a
to
good-
LAX and
No.
you landed at Burbank.
No,
Let him
no.
land.
Let me
Let him land. Let him
I
land.
don't give a
in
fuck
Burbank.
if I was landing that motherfucking Long Beach.
Let him
nigga.
land in
I'm
Burbank.
finna land, nigga.
Land
No,
in Burbank.
At the end of the day,
not
it's
LAX.
this. And this is all I'm simply saying.
That's far away.
How it's different to me is this. It's just like any one of us leaving here, right? We're in a nice, fast car. We ride down Washington. A nigga, and we've all done it.
Okay.
We've all done it. And a nigga, only difference between us is we gonna have that foot heavy on that brake. We never know what happened. The car could have malfunctioned. Whatever could have fucking
Right.
happened. Whatever could have happened. But he didn't mean for it to happen.
It might not have malfunctioned, nigga.
It might not have.
How about that part?
Either or. He didn't mean for it to happen.
He took it full. He took it full.
He didn't mean
I
for it to
totally
happen.
get what you're
You
saying.
don't know.
But we're talking
So
about
you
the
telling me
end
he meant for
result.
it to happen?
The
I
end
didn't say
result
he meant
is
for it to
death.
happen.
So
You
what
not
I'm
getting
saying,
what I'm
I
saying.
got what you're saying.
Nah, you right. You right.
The end
I
result
got
I
is
what
believe,
you're
death.
saying.
nigga.
I believe Ray Rice
The-
was. I believe Ray Rice was
It's the same
blackballed too.
shit.
Like at the end of the
Oh,
day,
he was.
It's like damn. That's like damn. He was faded. He was in. Him and his girl was fighting.
Exactly.
And
No.
he hit her.
They
And
been
but damn,
doing that.
They she forgave him. They got married.
what
They
if they
lived a
been
happy
doing
life.
it?
So it's
Hold
like
on.
give him another
So
chance.
what?
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
That
like
So
nothing.
hold on.
Yeah,
What's
they-
the
they-
nigga that runs
Chad-
UFC?
Chad
now?
Johnson, same thing.
What's
too.
the
They
nigga
got
that
That's
married.
runs
exactly
UFC?
because they've been doing
Dana
it.
White.
Dana
You know
White.
why?
Did
Yeah,
he
he
get
slapped
caught?
his wife. He slapped his
But
wife
what's the
on
difference
live.
They
between
did
that
it that
nigga
night.
and these other people? What's the
fucking-
difference
they
between
been doing
Dana
it or
White
not.
and these other dudes?
You got
He
into it with
in
your
the
girl
bed
before?
with them folks.
No,
he
he
got that
runs
drug.
his
Gang
own
time,
shit.
But I didn't do it on
He
my night
runs
to go
his
to
own
got that
shit.
money.
jail to prison.
But no, he runs the
You ain't never had a
UFC. It's
domestic
his
issue?
shit.
No, I know. I'm
Not
saying.
He
to go to
runs it.
prison?
So
Not
the
to go to
difference
prison.
between a nigga
You
that's
ever got locked up
playing
for it,
for the
they
nigga
told
that
you to go
runs it
somewhere
and a
else?
nigga that
The
runs
what?
it, that's
Never
the
told
Alec
you, hey,
Baldwin
y'all get
reference.
separated for
Right.
A
that.
nigga
You
that
gotta go
runs his
somewhere
own
else?
shit is gonna do whatever the fuck he want
Right.
after the
They
fact.
haven't been through that.
But if I'm a
Everybody
player
different.
and I gotta ask these
I ain't never
people to
been
pay
through that.
me,
Can't-
Give me
okay,
that
but
For
for
my
certain
generation,
cases-
because in
Yeah.
my generation,
that's what they
you argue
failing to
with the
realize.
But S, you
jail.
can't
If I'm
put
the
yourself
runner
in their
of the
shoes.
situation, I do what I
I'm just
want,
telling you that
whether
the
I
nigga
fuck up
deserves
or
a
not.
chance.
I know, but
It's not about me putting myself in their shoes. It's
but you
simply
sound
saying-
like you trying to put yourself
I'm
in their
not.
shoes.
How can I? I would never do no shit like that.
Okay, but you-
What I can do as a human being is I can empathize with the situation.
I get that
And
part.
hold on. If you get that part, then you would understand this. That a nigga didn't mean for it to happen.
I
If
know
a
that
nigga,
part.
If a nigga got in the car with the intention,
How many shit that
hold
you
on.
didn't mean to happen?
Not many.
Nigga, get the fuck up.
You
out
know
of
why? Because I'm here to talk about it.
here. Man, come on,
Let me
dude.
say something. Let me say something.
You
Every
just
time you
overcome
drunk,
it.
something
I
might
understand
happen.
also.
You just overcome it.
But let me say something.
You just overcome it.
Let me say something. I work for the league, right?
There ain't no possibly.
hold
You
on,
sitting
let
here
him
talking to
land,
me
let
right
him land,
now.
let
What
him
the
I
land.
work for the league.
fuck you talking about?
League, right?
Let him
Right.
talk.
And at the end of the day, we know where we are privileged. We know that
Yeah,
we have a privilege.
definitely.
We have an honor to be, not an honor, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a really good
You
place
gotta
to
protect
be.
the shield.
You gotta protect the shield.
Definitely.
At the end of the day, if that was me in the car, I'm fired.
Definitely.
And I'm not getting a second chance.
Correct.
Exactly.
But-
the average person not
but-
gonna get a second chance.
It's not
But-
about the average person. It's
but-
responsibility.
But it's a
Exactly.
responsibility. But he's right about that.
Exactly.
But with that being said, And we've seen a lot of athletes who've stood for causes and never got a second chance. We've seen athletes who've made mistakes and have got second chances. So that's all I'm saying. Now, if he had an intentional in his heart, malice in his heart,
Right.
he was a fucked up person, and he just bam.
Right.
That's why
We're not saying
that's
that.
why I disagree. Because
Nobody's saying that. We're saying
We're not saying
that's
that.
what I'm
That's why I
saying.
He just
disagree.
made a
for-
bad
That's what I'm
decision.
saying. That's the difference between what y'all saying.
No, he
and
made
what
a
I'm
bad
These two just gonna
decision.
keep
And
going
you're
at
right.
it. They're
We're
not
done.
gonna let nobody
That's
else
it.
talk.
Let's hear why
Tony and
Swaggy
Sean,
D
can y'all give somebody else a
disagree.
chance to talk?
Man,
Go
you
ahead.
always say
Y'all
that
just
shit.
going
Was
back and
fucking
forth with each
speak.
other.
Go ahead,
Speak,
Swaggy.
nigga.
Tell them why you
Damn,
disagree.
Y'all niggas on one.
He made a bad decision.
Shut the
There's
fuck up and
repercussions
talk.
to it.
Go ahead, Swaggy.
Damn.
Tell them what you want to say.
Yeah, I disagree with him getting another chance because the average person is not going to get another chance. If you work a regular job and you fuck up and do something bad, that job is not going to hire you again. So why should this guy get a second chance?
Because he's not the average person.
Person.
Sorry to break it to everybody.
And it's different
Yeah,
jobs.
exactly.
If you look here, because he's the product of the league.
Right.
So at the end of the day, all they care about is the bottom line. So if they can sell a story, and if he's balling, say if he goes to the UFL, right, with the Rock shit, right, and he's balling over there, and another trash ass team like the New York Giants from last season, right, no receiving core, they only got Malik Neighbors. They'll fuck around and throw him up in there, or the Houston Texans will call him because they whole damn receiving core went down with a bunch of injuries.
Right.
If he's balling, he already has the story. He already has the support of all the players of the league, the coaches and everything, because they
played
know
in the
his
league.
character. Nick Saban is backing him.
Right.
If they can spin that story and make money off of that story, they're gonna
You're
put
gonna
him back
put
in the
that.
league because he's not the average person.
Exactly.
So
And that's all I'm saying.
And that's just
Thank you, Don.
and at the end of the day, that's just what it is. Like, but I can honestly say, we can't even say that he's not. He's eligible for a second chance because
Right.
God says
Yeah.
God still got him
Thank you.
in this position.
The
and on
Bible
this earth.
says.
So we're not
That's all
the
I'm
ones
saying, Tony.
to be
Right.
passing
Don't be
judgment
yelling at
on
me in
who-
public.
Who gets
Who
a second
should get
chance?
what?
Because like Elon just said,
I ain't got
he
nothing to throw
would
at
get
you.
he would get fired.
He was going.
But he would get a second. That's not to say you're not gonna get a second chance. You're just gonna get a second chance somewhere else.
Right.
He got a
You
second,
feel me?
he
So
got a
at the end of
second
the
chance
day-
because he got out of jail. You get a second chance of life.
Exactly. So
just
so
be
we're not.
thankful,
But we're not.
sit down
but
somewhere
we can't dictate.
and find something else to do.
But look, but with his connection,
his NFL career is over.
Because he's not the average person. Because he's
played
not.
in the league already.
He's not the average
I
person.
agree.
He's
He
already.
has
He
connections
was
in
a.
the
He was
league.
a.
If my
he
nigga
was
don't
all
speak on this, I'm
SEC.
gonna cut him tonight.
Come
He
on, he's
was
a
a
first round
first
pick.
round pick.
And then look.
You know what I'm saying?
This is how the NFL works. This is how the NFL works.
Of
because
course,
we
they're
actually
going to
grew
give
up-
him a shot.
We actually grew up with a bunch of. We have a few friends in the NFL, so we talk to these people and ask them how, like, what's the politics like and things like that of that nature, right? So when they go into the details of that shit, and you got the support of the league and all of that shit, man, I low-key forgot what I was gonna say, man.
Let me say this,
somebody-
though.
This is big. Why you
Go
keep
ahead.
talking about the NFL? This is bigger than the NFL. We talking about just people in sports, period. Because this happens in multiple sports. It's not just the NFL.
It does.
This
It
is
does.
bigger than sports.
It does.
So
Yeah, but
go
No,
ahead.
so one thing that I got two things to say. One thing that every NFL player has is a player concierge. If I'm drunk at a club in fucking Minnesota,
Right.
I can call this number.
Right.
And they're going to have a
They gonna
ride there to pick
come
me
pick
up.
me up. Yeah.
So that was his number one fault. He didn't get on that phone to call these people to come give him a ride. Who gives a fuck
Yeah.
about getting a ticket or toll because you parked in this other spot or parked in the parking structure? You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody give a fuck. It's only a couple dollars to
Exactly.
him. But he got home safe. Everybody got safe. He got with the girl, did what he wanted to do. He didn't have to show out. Second, when you're getting out of jail, you have to have a second chance at life, not at the career you were doing.
Right.
Because when I went to jail, I was a career drug dealer. I haven't went back because that was a situation I was in
And
to
it
be
puts you
like,
in that situation.
I put myself in that situation
But that too.
because it's like, okay, this is
He
quick
did
money.
too.
This is quick flipping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He put
Making
himself in
bread.
that situation.
But you can live
Same way you did.
cool if you sell dope, but the backlash is you're always going to get caught.
But
You know
who's
what I'm
to
saying?
say? But who's to say you can't do it in what you want to make your living in? You see what I'm saying? What's crazy?
That's what happens when you get out of prison. You think of creative ways to
Definitely.
make money, to make the same amount of money you were making, but everything is legal.
I
So
agree.
if anybody looks at you, they may look at you like, damn, you doing that? Oh, you doing that?
Right.
Yeah, nigga, but I'm making drug dealer money.
Right.
You know what I'm
Check this
saying?
out.
But he's a first round pick.
If
They-
all
how
I've
they-
ever
what I'm
known
saying.
in my
That's the
life
difference, man.
was running routes,
That's a whole different.
catching balls.
Uh-huh.
What you think
No
my
Diddy.
That's a
mindset?
whole nother level.
No, Diddy. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Your whole life,
You know what I mean, though.
your whole life you been
balls.
catching balls.
Nah, that was even attached to my point. How they even treat first round picks. They keep
Right.
first round picks. That was my going back to my main point that I had lost earlier. That how they treat first round picks. They're gonna keep you in the league
Yeah, if they
for a
didn't kill
long
nobody.
time. So it's
Right,
like,
exactly.
but at the end of the
Right,
day,
y'all
like I
forgetting
said,
the asterisk,
no, but
nigga.
Dante Starworth already made it possible for you to come back.
How
from
many
that.
years was he in the league before that happened?
Doesn't
Dante
matter.
Starworth?
It does matter.
He was going
Doesn't
on
matter.
a second
He did the
contract
same
in New
thing.
Orleans.
Why you
So that
comparing
means like
them?
7
He was
years.
in
And
Miami.
then,
No, we're
and then-
comparing the
was
two
in
because Dante
Miami.
Starworth
I
was
know,
at the
but
same
then-
time.
I said
both
he
two
went to a
different
second
people. That's not
contract
gonna
when he
be
was
the
in
same
New
as
Orleans.
it was
Yeah.
He
back
was in
then
Miami,
that
but
it
it
is
happened in
now.
New Orleans. He turned around
You
and won a
understand what I'm
Super
saying?
Bowl in New Orleans,
Yeah.
correct? Wasn't he on that team?
It's not gonna
And
be
then he
the
turned
same
around
as
and got a big
Dante
contract
Starworth
from Cleveland.
to right now.
No, you're right.
The
And
laws
then after
is
that, he went
different.
to Miami, and I
That
think
nigga
that's
killed
where
the
the
dog.
shit happened. He
No,
went
it
to the
happened.
Dolphins.
It happened in Miami.
Did Dante
Because no,
Starworth kill
first,
the dog?
Wherever
wasn't he
it
with
was,
the Steelers
No.
it
first?
was at the Super
Wasn't he
Bowl.
with the Steelers first?
Niggas ain't listening.
I don't know where this nigga
he
was at,
with,
but he was in the league for a
Saints
long
first.
time.
Swag, who was
He
Dante
with the
Starworth?
Saints.
He was in the
He was
league
with
for a
Saints
long
first. The
time.
Saints
That
drafted
doesn't
him.
matter. He went down for the
Saints
same.
drafted
Y'all
him.
acting like it don't matter.
He
when
was driving drunk and he
niggas-
struck somebody.
See,
Yes.
niggas treat
And
all
killed somebody.
Killed
stars.
somebody.
Niggas treat
That's
the
all
same
stars
thing Henry
different
Ruggs went
than
down
they
for.
treat a cool nigga on the team.
He
If
was
you're
white.
an all-star, you're gonna get preferential treatment.
Right.
If
White,
you're just a
that's
nigga
very
on the
true.
come up on the team, you're not gonna
Was
get
he
the
white?
same treatment.
That's
Donald.
true.
We have to understand
Henry
that.
Ruggs was a Pro Bowl.
Is Dante
How
white?
many
I
years?
forgot
One?
about.
Doesn't matter.
Well,
He
it do
was a
matter.
first round pick.
It do
And he
matter.
has connections in the
Profit.
league.
He ain't got
Dante's
no
white, right?
connections yet.
What? He
ain't
has
got no
Josh
connections
Jacobs
yet.
talking to agent. What do you mean? You just said it earlier. He got Josh Jacobs official.
I got a friend that play in the league. You got a friend that play in the league. They ain't talking on my behalf.
We don't play
Or
football.
if they, but I'm just saying, like whatever industry
we weren't
you're
first round
in,
picks.
whatever industry you're in, it's somebody that's right there rooting for you. You know what I'm saying? So I can see if you said he had
forgot about
Josh
the boy,
Jacobs,
too.
he had Troy Polamalu, he had Tom Brady. Now when you start naming other big people besides one person, then you got a story.
There's
But if
another
I just
guy.
got one person that fuck with me,
Man,
that
he
ain't
has
enough.
multiple people. He has a wave
There's
of
another
people
guy that
pushing for him.
got
His
away with
teammates
murder,
The
are-
too.
other niggas probably
Who
teachers
was
that
that?
Lewis.
at
Ray
Elevating.
Lewis, that's right.
Ray
I
Lewis.
forgot about Ray Lewis.
Nah.
He got away with murder too and got
But
back
Ray
in the league.
Lewis
We
was a
talked
10-time
about that
Pro
already.
Bowler
Won a
at that
Super
time.
Bowl.
Exactly.
And he wasn't the nigga that did it. He just happened to be
Be
there.
there.
So what's the
exactly.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I
The
disagree
difference
with that
is
one.
this
He did
nigga
it.
actually
He
did
got
it.
away with murder.
Now I don't want to get
What's
this.
the difference, Drew?
I don't
He's
want to get
guilty.
this fucked up because people might think I'm against Henry Rudd,
What's
and
the
I don't
difference?
want him to get a
He's
job.
guilty.
I do
All
want him
lined
to
up
get a
with
OJ
job.
guilty.
But I'm just telling y'all it's gonna be
all
hard for him
lined
to get
up
a
with each
job.
All
other.
guilty. OJ, Ray Lewis,
They all lined up
Henry
with
Ruggs.
each other.
Who's all lined up? I'm sorry.
All of them. Everything. Everybody y'all naming is all lined up with each other, and they got a second chance, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Except the one that's not, the Raider dude.
We don't
this
know.
is
How
new.
do we
Well,
know?
He just
No,
got.
we
He
don't
just
know.
got.
Just got out.
He
We
knew.
don't
We
know.
don't know.
So we gonna see all the
Yeah.
other niggas got a chance.
Yeah,
a
but
second
we
chance.
don't know if he's gonna get a second
Ray
chance.
Lewis was
the
too
difference
good.
between all them other
Yeah,
dudes
he
is
was
they were
all world,
actually
man. Yeah.
still on the team.
And they was in the league for a while.
I don't give a fuck. They so what? He was on the team, nigga.
They dropped that nigga as soon as it happened.
So what? Was he on the team?
But I'm just saying, they dropped
he
the
was
nigga
on
as soon
the
as
team.
it happened.
I'm gonna ask the same question again.
Yeah,
Was
he
he on the team?
I'm not gonna answer
he
your
was on
question
the team.
twice,
So
Tony.
okay
I
then.
answered you the
So
first
yeah,
time.
we asking the same shit. They dropped him. That mean he was on the
There you
team,
go.
nigga.
Right, right.
So you answering my question.
You're absolutely right. But what I meant to say was
He was on the team, nigga.
these other. I don't think Dante Starworth got dropped.
No, he didn't.
None of these other niggas got dropped from their team. That's what I meant by they were on the team. He got dropped as soon as it happened. Oh, we let him go.
But was he on the team?
Yeah.
Yes, he
Yeah,
was.
He was on the team when it happened.
Okay,
But
so
as soon
he
as
was
it
on the
happened, they
team.
dropped him.
All right,
So
now,
what
hold
I'm
on.
saying is, after they dropped the other people, the team didn't drop them. When it happened with the other people, they didn't drop them.
So what?
That's a big so what
No,
though?
it ain't. That's a whole different scenario.
It gotta be. Because if they
It
drop
ain't no
one
gotta
person-
be. We sitting here talking about it.
it got to be a different scenario, Tone, because if the person you're talking about, they immediately drop him from the team, and the other person we're talking about, they're like, we're going to see what happens.
Okay, so that means
You get what I'm saying? Those are totally two different
I get
things.
that, but
Okay.
that means that the Raiders might not pick him back up when he get out of jail.
No.
So another team will pick him up.
No, we're all hoping that. But I'm just telling you how it's going to be hard. You get what I'm
it's not
saying?
gonna be easy
It's
at
going to be
all.
hard.
It's
I mean,
not
that's
going to
the
be
obvious.
hard
It's not
if
gonna
he's
be
doing
easy.
the things that he's supposed to be doing when he's in prison.
It ain't
Yeah,
gonna
but
be
the
that
fact that
hard.
he got
It's
that
not
on
going to be
his-
hard, Juice.
You know why?
Cut it
Because
out, bro.
spots open up
So
quick.
okay,
That's a
wait. No,
That is
let
a
me
strike
finish. Let me
against him.
finish. Now, if he's in prison, stabbing niggas up, and he gang banging and doing all that, it's not going to be easy.
Right.
Then he don't deserve a second chance. At
Thank
all,
you.
nigga.
But
you
if
doing
he's
that.
in jail and he's catching passes and working out, they sending the what's name out there to work out with him. You think it's gonna be hard for him to
They ain't
get back
sent
in
nobody
the
in
league?
prison to work out with a nigga.
Okay, well, all right,
that
whatever.
nigga ain't.
But I get what you're saying.
You
I
know
just
what
had-
I'm saying.
I had to make a joke about that.
But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
His head is not on. Okay, I'm gonna go back out there and drink some more and get him the
And
car.
the Ruggs
with my
better find a new
girlfriend and do
career.
the
Point
same
blank,
thing.
he need to find him a new
No,
career.
it ain't no find another
Find something else to
career.
do. You went to college, right? I'm sure. Did you get your degree? Find something else to do. Whatever you
So
majored
since
in.
he
Figure
made
that. Your
one,
NFL
wait,
career
wait,
is over.
So since
This
he
guy
made
right
one
here.
dumb mistake, because you made a whole lot of dumb mistakes in your
Yeah, but
lifetime.
he already had the bag. He already got the money. He already had the
So
success.
since he made
You don't get a
one-
second chance of getting success again.
Oh my!
In my book,
So you don't deserve that?
You don't deserve that, especially if you're somebody who's
So
been
God
successful.
is not a forgiving God.
You don't. We're not talking about God. Don't put
If
God
that's
in
what
it.
it is,
You
nigga.
do not deserve a second chance if you've been successful already. And you've had the bag, you've had the money, you've had the wealth. You don't. In
So
my
why
eye,
he don't deserve?
As far
a
as I'm
second
concerned,
chance?
you don't
Watch
get
this.
you don't get another chance.
So why he don't get a second chance?
Because
he
people
killed
like me
someone?
haven't had that bag. Ain't
Does
been
he
up
kill
to
someone?
that level yet.
Dwight, I'm just asking
So give
you a
somebody else a
question.
chance. Next
Tone,
man
Dwight,
up.
I'm asking you a question.
Tone. Swag.
So he don't get a second chance because he killed someone?
No, we hope we get a second chance, but let's get into something else. So we're
By
going too
accident?
far on that.
Yeah, thank you.
So
None of them do.
I know Swaggy want to talk about the
on,
Clippers,
dude.
right?
That's why
That's not
Kaepernick
right.
Kaepernick can get
Swag
another
wanna
chance.
talk
You
about the
did a whole
Clippers.
lot of fucked up shit,
Right.
nigga.
Now-
You just ain't killed nobody.
The question about the Clippers, right?
Fuck out of here.
We know they lost and all that by now. Everybody know they lost. My question to both Clippers fans is: do y'all think the Clippers are cursed?
Nah, I don't think the Clippers are cursed.
I think
We're
not
think
cursed.
what
I think-
occurred is that nigga we had an owner who didn't put any effort into the team and more or less was treating it as a tax write-off.
Using y'all for conversation.
Right,
That has nothing
right.
to do with
yeah.
that.
Like,
It's
hey,
all
y'all-
about-
But let me say
Hold
this.
on. I'm
Life
saying-
is like a doorknob. Everybody
No,
gets
using
a
them
turn.
to be
No, but
irrelevant.
What I'm saying is,
Using
there
them
was
to
no
be
effort that was
irrelevant
put
in
into
LA.
the franchise by our,
Nigga took it back
previous
to
owner.
'96.
So
Yeah,
that's the
relevant.
problem when you don't
Really,
have
when you're not
anybody
of it.
putting
He gonna
any
drag it
effort
out.
into the product and just using it as a write-off.
Yeah, that's
You know
low
what I
key a
mean?
cop out though. What you
No,
doing
but
right
it's
now.
facts,
Because you
though.
did go back too far. You went back too far. We talking
disagree
about
with that.
Steve Ballmer
Because when
has
you
been
talk
the
about-
owner for a very long time.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you talk about being cursed. You know what I mean? So
And what was he doing to
obviously,
black women?
If somebody's something or
What was
someone
y'all
or
original
a
owner
thing is
doing to
cursed,
women?
Normally,
No, not even
there's
him.
some history to it. You see
What was
I'm
y'all
saying?
original
We
No,
talking
I
about
get what
women?
you're saying.
Tricking.
Buying
Buying
them
them
The
houses.
questions was directed to Clipper fans, not you guys. So y'all wait y'all turn.
Yeah, this
So,
thing.
You go and then
so
I'm
like
gonna go
I said,
after
I
you.
definitely don't think we're cursed, man. I just think that the West is
You
definitely
cursed 'cause you're
competitive.
owners.
You know what I mean? And there's a lot of good teams.
I
So,
think
like
they're cursed
said,
because
you
they're
can win.
fans.
My opinion is
Case in point.
it's not had nothing to do with the owner, nothing to do with the coach. It's the league. The league is against us. The league, we don't get no calls. We don't get, you know what I mean? We don't get no TV time.
I
You
think
know what
the
mean?
fans are retarded.
Only teams like the Lakers, Boston Celtics, all the good teams, they want to give
Turn
them all the
the
TV
camera.
time,
Watch
all
it.
the this, all the calls, the refs.
If
and
y'all
all.
was good,
It's
you'd
all
get
that.
some
The
TV
league
time.
is against us. They
Y'all
don't want
got
to see
your
us.
own network.
It's
Turn
all
around.
about the network. Don't want to see us because
Clippers have
it's all about
special-
the
Y'all
money.
not good.
So the Clippers, what they don't want to see the Clippers win the championship because they're like, oh, we're not gonna make that much money because they're not gonna have that many viewers. So it's the networks, it's the league that are against
Denver
us.
is
It has
a
nothing to do with the
smaller.
owners.
Denver is
Billy
a
Crystal.
smaller television market. You know that, right?
Yeah, they're a
Clipper
smaller market.
Daryl.
They're a smaller market. So
Come on
I'm
now.
gonna just say this: I do believe y'all cursed, And I'm gonna give you a couple of reasons why. Not why, but I'm gonna give you a couple of scenarios why you both might. No, nigga,
It ain't, it's the
this
truth.
is real. So y'all like second in the league in wins.
Bang.
Right? What happens? 3 years in a row, Chris Paul gets hurt.
Bang.
Y'all should have won the championship.
Right.
Bang, bang.
Okay, y'all go
That was
down.
Lob City.
Bam. The next time y'all should win the championship, right?
Bang.
Is in the bubble.
The bubble.
Y'all should have won that. What happened? Who got hurt?
Let
Kawhi.
Denver come
Kawhi
back.
got hurt.
Bang, 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 bang.
All of a sudden, Paul George goes crazy and can't hit a jump shot.
Right.
Bang.
You get what I'm saying? Now, y'all got the perfect opportunity to
Terrible.
beat Denver, and what happens? James Harden goes out there and does nothing.
Nothing.
Bang.
He at the
So
strip club.
you have to really think about, is that how a curse work? Even though me and Donovan was been talking
He at
about
the strip club.
He was at
James
Sam's
Harden,
and Cheetahs.
and
Yeah,
you
Sam's
know
and
they were
Cheetahs.
saying he was at the strip club.
Yeah,
I
that's
do
where
got to
he was
say
at.
this. I'm glad you brought that up because I was
And then
going to forget.
Westbrook, don't forget Westbrook embarrassed us, talking
Yeah.
shit about us, hanging
He
on
did.
the rim, talking shit.
But let
talking
me
about
say
go
this
home.
about James Harden
was
real
horrible.
quick.
Bitch ass.
So for
did you
game,
get?
what was it? Game 7,
6.
6. Do you know this nigga flew out Cherokee to ass the porno star? He flew her out to watch the game
Wow.
and went out there and scored 7 points.
That means he didn't care about the game.
He didn't care about the game. He cared,
cared
about
about
what
her.
she was going to do after him.
Right.
Now,
Dummy.
Donovan researched all of his Indian eliminating games that he's played in the playoffs. And he sucked up every game, no Diddy,
Yeah.
except one he scored over 20 points.
That's what he
My
do.
thing is this. How many bitches was he flying out for each of those games?
Right.
Like, we got to really see what this nigga doing. This nigga's giving
Ain't
baby
none of our
$250,000
We
for
getting
his
to it,
birthday.
Dad.
Right.
You giving a nigga
That
a
don't
quarter
need
of
no
$1 million
money.
for
They don't
his
need money. When you
birthday.
could have given that to
Right.
somebody on
They
the
giving
street
the
who
watches.
needs money.
Right.
Like James Harden, bro, his mind is on the money and not the
He
game,
flying to me.
not the
Europe.
wins.
Right.
So I think y'all cursed because y'all dealing with a person that always got hurt.
Some soft
You're
ass
dealing
niggas.
with mental issues, and now you dealing with a selfish nigga. So it's like, are y'all picking the right people?
Well,
Or is-
Kawhi's the problem too. Don't forget about him.
But
He's a
Kawhi
great
was
player,
balling.
but
Yeah, he was.
he's too mellow. He's too nonchalant. It's like, get in
No.
the game, bro.
What you want him to-
I want you to. How
He
about-
would've had to
I
score
ain't never
50.
seen you fight nobody. Get tough with somebody. Come on, man. Why you so nonchalant?
He would have had to score 50.
Throw some fucking balls.
He
That's
would have had
not
to
him.
score
You got
50.
cornrows in your head. Act like
But you
you
want him
tough,
to be
motherfucker.
somebody that he's not.
He
Fight
would've had to
somebody.
score
Slap somebody.
50.
Do something.
He would have had to score 50 for
This guy
y'all
got
to
the
win.
same.
Right.
He got the same expression
what
the
I'm
whole
saying?
game. Every game, he's the same expression. He
No,
don't
that's
get
facts,
tough.
though.
He don't get rough.
Yeah,
people,
that nigga
people
Kawhi ain't
pushing him
also
around. He don't
He'll
push him
just,
back.
Kawhi only had 22
He gotta
points.
grow some
too.
balls.
That's not getting let off.
I
the
get
hook.
you.
That's not
but
good.
Shea Gildress
I agree with you,
Alexander,
Dom.
this nigga never gets hyped. This
Thank
nigga
you.
never fights.
Exactly.
This nigga never does all that rah-rah shit you talking about Kawhi should do.
On every
Exactly.
team,
He
you
got
need,
braids.
You need somebody like that. We
But
should have kept Westbrook because he
You
was a
do
heart and
need
soul of the
somebody
team.
like that on
You
your
need a
team.
Draymond Green
but
on your
that doesn't
team.
need to be your superstar.
Y'all
Right.
traded
Your
SGA,
superstar
too.
can't be getting technicals, nigga.
Remember-
Your superstar can't be out here fighting and getting kicked
Exactly.
out of the game.
Remember, y'all traded SGA too. Don't forget
Yeah, exactly.
that.
I
Y'all
know.
traded
He
Yeah.
that.
shouldn't
For
have.
Paul
I
George
never wanted
and
that
all
to
of
go
that.
down.
Paul George ain't even on the
We
team.
could have
no
gave
more.
up somebody else.
Yeah,
Shit.
y'all gave
George
it
is
up for
another
this
one
nigga.
too. He's another
Do you
soft
think
one
the
too that
Clippers
don't
are
get tough.
cursed?
Yes.
Why?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Just everything that I've seen,
He said, yeah.
they just, they've had teams on top of teams, and they just cannot get it done. And like I was just saying, man, life is like a doorknob. Everybody gets a turn. Shit, Denver got a turn. Fucking the Patriots, when we were kids, they were the worst team ever.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers went on a run like no other.
Dynasty.
And they had the first through first round pick, 1 through 5 number. Nigga, every year I was growing up
Oh
and
yeah,
watching
of
the
course.
draft.
Of course.
So,
And y'all picked the sorriest nigga most of the time.
yep.
Especially after the Lakers went down, you think something would snap in their head like,
Remember when they got the number
okay, the
one
Lakers
pick, they
out the
picked
way,
Ola with
we got an
Camby?
easier road to go. Like,
Exactly.
come on, man. This is the time to take advantage of it.
Man, we been not a threat to
That's
y'all.
what's y'all problem. Y'all be worried about us. That's why y'all can't win
Because
shit.
y'all will be in the way of us.
But when y'all was beating us
You heard me,
like
Foxy?
13 out of the last 15
Exactly.
times, y'all was acting like that was y'all
Y'all
championship.
worried about us.
And that's the problem. You think beating another
Y'all worried
team
about
that's in
us.
y'all city was y'all winning everything. No, you got to go beat the Denvers. You got to go beat the
Y'all little brother.
OKC.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't just think about
In
beating
the bubble,
us.
going back to the bubble, Kawhi didn't get hurt. Y'all just lost the 3-1 lead.
Wait.
Then Kawhi got hurt that following year,
Yeah.
lost to Phoenix in the Western Conference Finals. That's when y'all lost to the when Paul George was going crazy, but y'all still lost. And I was rooting for y'all. See, I keep rooting for y'all, and that's the
Yeah.
problem.
And y'all hurt my heart.
Y'all
Yeah,
be y'all,
it
y'all
hurts.
can't
I
even.
root for y'all.
You know what?
It's like-
it
I
hurts
root for
being a
y'all
Clippers
this
fan.
time.
I lost
It
$40
hurts.
on that series.
Hey, I was
Let's be
rooting for
honest.
y'all this time. That's
That's
some
why
bullshit.
Billy Crystal always got depressive ass commentary and fucking comedian-ish and shit. Cause
Y'all
that
whack.
nigga is a Clipper fan and he hurt. All this shit is, I hate these bitches. Don't you just hate this? You know what I'm saying?
It is what it is.
Do you feel
man.
like the Clippers hurt, Tone? I mean, cursed?
Yes, they curse, and I'm not cheering for them no more. I cheer for them Lob City. I was low key in here with Saturday with this dude when they what it was last
That's when
week,
he
the
became a
game.
Clipper fan.
Saturday, you right?
Yeah, cheering with this dude. I thought they was gonna win. Mm-hmm. He had a $40 bet with the Clippers,
Yeah, he was a dummy too.
Nah,
and I hate. Look, no,
that's game
no,
7,
No, I'm
player.
gonna keep it
You was
100.
you was nervous. Don't
No, I'm
do
gonna
that.
keep it.
I
I'm
wasn't
gonna keep it
nervous.
You was
100.
nervous.
Flossie, I'm gonna keep it 100 because you know you my boy.
I
Fuck
know the
Dwight.
Clippers cursed. I wasn't
Fuck
nervous
Dwight.
at all.
You my
Shit.
boy. This whole season with Quad, the Clippers, I can actually say they've been good. So, and I ain't never said that.
Right.
You
They
ain't never
competed.
heard me say that.
Exactly.
Do you know when Kawhi came back, it was like January, right?
I'm just saying.
No.
Oh,
Not, nothing
since
bad
he came
about
back.
what you're saying. But just saying, when he came back, it was like January.
Okay.
So, do you remember the beginning of the season in November, October?
Whack.
No, I'm just saying, but niggas' legs was under them. They can run up and down the court. That was Kawhi because he hadn't played in fucking 45, 50
So I
games.
get it.
So when he came back, he was fresh, killing everything. That's why they had like a 21-3 record.
Right.
But what y'all fail to realize, not you, I ain't pointing at you, I'm just y'all,
Us.
right? These two niggas, right? What they failed to realize
Them.
is they had James Harden on their team. And they should have known. Everybody in here been a James Harden fan, especially
I like
when he
James
played
Harden.
for Houston. Was like, oh, this
Even
nigga
though he
had
quit
50
and go to the
tonight.
strip club,
He
I
had
still
40
like him.
tonight.
Exactly.
But in the playoffs, dump
He
truck.
always done
Exactly.
Dump truck. So I don't
He's
know
always
why
been like that.
they thought it was going to be different. They probably thought it was going to be different because he wasn't the man. He was going to be the second dude.
Baby called him.
He plays bomb up until the eliminating game. Eliminating game, he shows up and barely makes it to the game. You know what I'm saying? If you would have seen this nigga when he walked in the game, I knew he was going to lose from his walk-in.
You see that outfit he had on?
I knew he was going to lose from his walk-in.
That outfit, what the hell?
This nigga had on pants like my son.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Big
they work
old bell
Carhartt.
bottoms. You know what I'm saying? With a fucking trash
So
bag.
he leaving that and going and putting that same outfit on and going to the strip club.
No, he brought a broad with him. He brought the porno star with him.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
He
His
not
mind
thinking
was
about the
not
game.
even on the game.
strip
His
club in the locker
mind is. You
I'm a
got two. You
superstar.
got two basketball players that play in every game, right? You can go down the line. People that's in the league is 13 players on each team, right? You got niggas that start, niggas that's on the bench. But you can go 1 for 1, and you can say, Swag, why are you in the league? Swag, why would you be in the NBA? To do what?
To win.
Okay, I'm going to go next. Why am I in the NBA? They're going to get this money. You got two different type of players. I'm in here to get this money because I got the skill to do it. But I don't give a fuck about winning championships, all-star games, none of that. I'm here for the money. He's here to win. So we're on the same team. We're basically fighting against each other.
He want to win the championship.
Yeah, he want to win a championship. He going all out,
He
nigga.
want to go to the strip club.
I'm pulling threes from
a piece of that,
nigga
dog.
anywhere.
So can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, what would y'all do? What
If
type
what?
of career would y'all want if y'all was in the NFL?
I wanna
NBA?
win
Would y'all want
championships.
to win championships?
I
Or would
wanna
y'all
win
want to be the
championships.
richest player ever?
I'm the type of
Oh, I
nigga.
want to win a championship.
I'm the type of
Me too. I
nigga
wanna
that
win a
won at
championship.
every level.
Yeah, Dwight
Nigga,
Howard was another one that didn't
What
win,
about-
didn't care about winning championship.
Who?
Dwight Howard.
He got a ring.
you're a
said-
lie.
He got a ring.
You're a lie.
Yeah, before that. But before that, he made a statement saying he didn't care about winning no championship.
Well, you know
He's
why?
not tripping off that. He
Because
just
in the
cared-
beginning, you don't care about that. You just
But he had
wanna
to
make
bite
your
his
mark.
tongue.
When Kobe called him
But then
soft
it's
and all
not
that,
the-
Kobe said he was
yeah.
soft. He's like,
He had
"Man,
to
I'm not
bite his
tripping on no
tongue.
championship.
All right, so what would
Yeah.
you do?
I
Kobe
get
called
you.
him a
What
punk.
would you do?
What would I do?
What would you
He
pick
said
to
he
be
was
the
playing
richest
for a
player, or
championship.
would you play for the championship?
If you win,
I'm
shit-
not tripping off no championship. If it was me personally, I'm here. I'm
See,
here
I
for-
knew it.
I'm
I
here
knew
for
it.
the-
That's why I asked.
I'm here for the fame and the fortune.
Finally.
Okay?
You're not a real
I don't
athlete.
care about winning no championship.
So you a
Farley
fake ass
right there.
athlete.
Okay?
see, I won
No,
at every
first.
You a
level.
fake ass
I'm just
athlete.
thankful to be
level.
here.
Carmelo.
Fifth grade.
So you a
fifth
fake ass
grade,
athlete.
Fifth
No.
grade, nigga, I
Yes,
won
you
a
are.
championship.
I'm just
Right.
thankful
When
to
I
be
was
here.
in 8th grade, I won the championship.
Right.
When I was 12th grade, I won the championship. So I won at every level.
Right.
So all I wanted to do is get to the last game of
And
the
win a
season.
championship.
There's very few
When
that
you
think
get
like
to the
that.
last game of the season,
Thank
you're
you.
in the championship
What are y'all
game.
niggas
Exactly.
slow?
I'm trying to win that game.
This nigga
There's
slow.
only 20% of the league that thinks that like that they want to win a
I think it's
championship.
50-50.
No, it's not.
I definitely do.
Most guys just thankful that they made it there and they made
That's
success.
bullshit. That's
They-
your.
they-
That's
they're able to,
Belizean.
they're able to take care of their family. That's what they're there for.
That's
They're
Belizean.
not.
They're happy because
That's
they
not
made
true.
it and they can buy their
I
mama a
disagree.
house and go buy them a Rolls
Juice.
Royce.
You know what?
Juice.
They
No,
not
no,
tripping off
Juice.
those
It's
numbers.
more
wrong
than
with that.
50.
It's more.
It's
probably-
more than
it's
50.
probably-
I bet
it's
you
not.
it's 70. It's 70.
wrap it
It's probably more. But all
70,
I'm
yes,
gonna say
it
this
is.
to end the game.
All
to
these
end the-
kids
to
want to
end the
win a
show.
championship. Nigga, they
So
don't give
you
a
got-
fuck about
you got
getting to the
people
league.
that played in the
Fucking
league
crazy.
for a few years. They have to get their bag first. But once they're in their later years,
They wanna
the
win.
thing
If they're a
they
real
wanna
ball
do
player.
is they want to leave with their name somewhere.
they
I
wanna
want to
win a
leave
championship.
as a pro player, a pro bowler, or whatever the fuck they call it.
Yeah, Pro
right?
Bowler.
Ant-Man.
Or I want to
Hall of
leave
Famer.
as a champion.
Ant-Man.
You know what I'm saying? And
The
man, this is
Ant-Mans and all
NuWave
that.
Shop Talk. Do we got time to leave a last?
You fucking-
Yeah,
every-
yeah. So
every
we're gonna
real
start with
baller.
Tone real quick.
What's that?
Tone, what's
Your
your
last
last
words.
words?
Man, just be. Oh, this nigga got me on Ant-Man.
I know, man.
Right. We don't know when to get
On
off
the
the topic.
basketball. Just be mindful. Be accountable. Be humble to other people.
He had to compose himself to say that.
And and just just love on other people. Just love your family and just love your friends like we all are here right now. And just love on each other and I don't like looking at the camera. They be trying to get me to look at the camera.
Donovan, you got some last words?
There you go.
Yeah, man. Stay blessed, man. Stay out the way, man. Stay around positive energy. And
Don't
stuff
be a
like
Clipper
that.
fan.
And like Uncle Floss, he always says, man, because it's real prevalent in my life right now. Focus on your mission and not your condition, for real. Like, because that's real prevalent. And I've been meaning to tell you that. It's real
Don't be
prevalent in
stealing
my life.
another nigga.
Nah, I ain't
shit.
stealing it for real, but that's real prevalent.
Yeah,
though.
exactly.
And that's why I'm glad he said it, because it's real. Because, man, boy, I started this new job, and that's what I be thinking about all the time.
On your
to get
mission?
through.
Thank
But
you.
you got to
What?
focus on the mission.
I feel
and
you.
not the condition.
Exactly.
Definitely. What about you, Swaggerless D?
Cliche. Focus on getting out of jail and go find you another job, Henry Ruggs. Because you're not going to make it back to the league. And that goes for anybody who get in trouble out there. Whether you're a rapper, ball player, your ass get in trouble. I don't give a damn if you slap a girl or you murder somebody. It's a crime at the end of the day.
You can go back to rap.
The judicial system says it's a
Yeah,
crime.
definitely.
Okay?
You got
I'm
some
looking in the
street
camera when
cred.
I say this because I want y'all all to hear it. It's a crime. Stay out of trouble. You're not going back in the NFL. Kaepernick didn't make it back.
All right, man. All right, man.
Well, let that nigga go, because
Okay.
he was sounding like Barney Fife.
For real? I ain't
That
done.
nigga was over there Barney
Okay.
Fifing it up.
Stay
Stay out of jail.
Hilarious.
Come on, man. Give us
Stay
your
out
real
of
what's
jail.
name, man.
Black people do better.
Keep
We got to
dirt
do better
from
as a
under your
people.
nails.
African American, we got to do better as a people. All right?
That's facts.
Let's stop fighting
Yes,
and hating
sir.
on one another. We
Yes,
got to be
sir.
peace and love.
Yes, sir, man.
Love, peace, and hair grease.
There it is. Look at him. Words of wisdom right there. You know what
Floss
I'm saying?
me. Yeah, them words to live by.
That's right.
Fuck you mean wisdom. Them words to live by. If you don't live by what Swaggy D say, nigga, you living life wrong.
Now
Oh,
that's
that shit
funny.
is funny. That's a funny shit. Well, man, as always, man,
Stay focused on your mission,
you
man.
know,
Nigga don't know your shit.
Yeah.
hey, man, hey,
Where have I heard this before? No.
hey, man. Hey, just love each other, man. You know what I'm saying? And love yourself because you can't love no one else until you love yourself, man.
That's
And
right.
Definitely.
as always, man, as they say, man, stay focused on your mission and not your condition, man. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
Set goals and achieve them, man. You know what I
Feel
mean?
me? Oh, he didn't get
And-
that part.
and-
You know what I mean? He
and-
didn't get that part. You know what I'm saying? What about
Golden
you?
Chief.
And you know what I'm gonna
Pasadena
say?
Shaw?
Stand on all 10, man, and always collect your yen, man.
Oh,
That's
man,
it,
look
man.
at it.
Look at it.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at it.
damn,
Boy,
you
that
That
boy
nigga
good.
hear some shit
Okay.
from back in the day with your
Yeah,
That
man.
boy
head.
good.
That's all
Just
I'm
another
saying.
pimpin' ass nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Stand on all 10 and always collect your yen, man.
You know what I'm saying? Always
That's it.
collect your guap, your paper, your Gouda, your green, your stacks. Hey, man, always be better than you was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you make mistakes, and 9 times out of 10, people can come back from those mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But it's always levels to everything. And, you know, we generally do hope Henry Rudd comes back from whatever it is he went through in the trials and tribulations, because everybody that goes to prison has their own sets of trials and tribulations they go through. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we hope that, you know, he comes out of this, blossoms, whether it's in the NFL, the AFL, XFL, wherever he goes, we hope he blossoms and, you know, achieves what he goes through.
He
And
might be a coach.
We even looked at Crittington, and he didn't never get back. So, you know, it's 2 sides to a quarter. So, you know what I'm saying? Dina Boy Juice, shout out to Elon, shout out to NuWave Podcast, shout out to NuWave Barbershop, Famously Broke,
Slaps
Flossy
by the
B,
pound.
Slaps by the pound.
Man, what's
Pasadena
understood
Shine, what's
on all
understood, You know what
platforms.
I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And Donovan got the new book coming out, Knowledge. Donovan
Hey,
about to
let's
have a
don't
baby.
forget about Nia.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Nah,
Nah,
Nia.
Nia, she just texted me. She was on her way. She didn't make it. But, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we out of here, man. Donovan, blessings on the new baby coming. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we out of this motherfucker, man. Peace.